Sports Vision presents American League Baseball. The Western Division leading Chicago White Sox against the Oakland A's. Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Budweiser. For all you do, this Bud's for you. By your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer. By your neighborhood True Value hardware store. And by your local Chicagoland Toyota dealers. They've got it right. Hello again, everybody. I'm Joe McConnell, along with Early Wynn, all set to bring you the final game this year at Comiskey Park between these two ball clubs, the Sox and the A's. Sox have taken the first two, and Gus, they have the second best one-loss record at home this year to the Brewers in the entire league. They've won 7 straight against the West and 8 straight here at Comiskey Park.
Joe, as we were talking about before, this ball club is very tough here at home. They'll hang in there, and they have been hitting the ball pretty good, so that's going to make them a little bit extra tough, and especially the balls are hitting all the way out of the ballpark. But we also saw last night what the Oakland A's are made out of. They're down by 6 and then come back, almost tied the thing, and boy, they hang tough.
Left-handers, old and young, opposing each other tonight. 40-year-old Jerry Koosman, 10-7 for the White Sox. Lifetime, he has a winning edge over the A's against a youngster by the name of Gorman Heimuller. We've not seen him before. He's 3-4 on the year. Gus, how about tonight's starting lineups?
For the Oakland A's with 66 wins and 75 losses, it'll be Ricky Henderson in left field leading off. Billy Allman batting second, playing first base. Mike Heath batting third, playing right field. Davey Lope, the designated hitter, and batting cleanup. Bob Kearney will do the catching and bat fifth. Dwayne Murphy in center field, batting sixth. Donnie Hill at shortstop. Wayne Gross at third base. And Tony Phillips batting ninth at second. And Gorman Heimuller, the left-hander, will do the pitching with 3 wins and 4 losses. He has an earned run average of 3.93. For the Chicago White Sox, 79 wins and 59 losses. Rudy Law in center field leading off. Batting second, Carlton Fisk will do the catching. Batting third, Tom Paciorek at first base. Greg Lazinski, the designated hitter, and batting cleanup. Ron Kittle in left field, batting fifth. Harold Baines in right field. Vince Law at third base. Scott Fletcher at shortstop. Julio Cruz at second base and batting ninth. Left-hander Jerry Koosman will do the pitching for the Sox. 10 wins and 7 losses. Earned run average 5.07. The umpires behind home plate, John Shulock. At first base, Rick Reed. Second base, Larry McCoy. And at third base, Bill Cockle, the crew chief. Well, we have quite a contrast going tonight. The oldster Jerry Koosman and the youngster Heimuller. And it's another nice night for a ball game, Joseph.
Well, you're absolutely right, Gus. It's a beautiful night here. Temperature in the high 70s as we get set to try to put the broom to the A's. The White Sox have won 7 straight against the West, 7 straight here, and 8 straight here overall. They have a 6-3 edge over the A's, and Koosman's lifetime mark is also 6-3 against Oakland, but he has a very high earned average. He struggled since the All-Star break. Coos is 5-5 with a higher than 6 ERA since the All-Star break. Henderson goes after the first pitch and fouls it away down the right field side. Ricky, the stolen base leader, with 93, getting an even 300 with 7 home runs, 41 RBIs. He also leads the league in bases on balls with 87, and coupled with his hits and walks, there's his second highest on-base percentage in the league. He is a tough out. 2 for 7 on the series for Henderson. He tripled in a run last night. Strike at the knees. Koosman's only real fine outing in his last 6 starts was a victory over the Yankees here about a month ago. Defensively, Kittle, Law, and Baines in the outfield. Vance Law at third, Fletcher, Cruz, and Paciorek around the infield with the veterans Koosman and Fisk pitching and catching respectively. Well, we mentioned the temperature in the 70s. It's tailed off just a bit in the last few hours, or a few moments, I should say. It's just an ideal night. Slightly favoring wind for the hitters tonight. Supposed to heat up again by the weekend. Slow curve, bounce to third. Vance Law fires over to Paciorek, and Henderson is out.
Henderson really didn't look like he wanted to run all the way on that one, did he? Slowed down about 3/4 of the way down. Of course, he knew that.
He's saving himself, Gus, for a tweener so he can get on base and steal third.
He knew that Vance Law had a shotgun over there, a rifle, so he wasn't worried about getting down there in a big hurry.
Billy Allman, White Sox MVP 2 years ago in the strike-shortened 81 season, having another fine year, his first year at Oakland, hitting .280, 4 home runs, 56 RBIs. Short of pitching and catching, he has been in every spot in the lineup, including DH. Fastball strike, 0-1. Jerry Koosman with 201 lifetime career victories, tied for 82nd on the all-time win list with Hall of Famer Rube Marquardt and former great right-hander for the Chicago Cubs, Charlie Root. He's trying to snap that three-way tie for 82nd tonight with his 202nd Major League victory. There's Allman's average against his former teammates, 10 hits and 33 at-bats this season. He's played well. He's at first base tonight. Fouls this one off into the upper deck first base side. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Has anybody ever saw Bill Allman catch? J.C. Martin.
I don't think he has.
Was a third baseman. He went behind the mask.
I'm not sure, at least in the majors, whether Billy has played the outfield positions until this year.
I hate one of those days where they move the utility man and let him play every position on the field.
Slow curve, foul back. Well, there's a chance. There's a chance we might see that before this season is over, after the White Sox clinch the division. And right now, the way things are going, Sox are eating up that magic number to clinch at about 2 a day. Every Sox win and every Kansas City loss, of course, subtracts from that number. Swing and a miss. He pulled the string on a beautiful changeup curve, and Billy Allman goes down swinging. And for Koosman, his 79th strikeout of the year.
Let's take another look at that pitch Koosman got him out on. He's chased this pitch 2 or 3 times off of pitchers. A good pitch by Koosman. Curveball breaking down and right in just about knee high.
Mike Heath's playing in right field tonight. This is his 3rd game in the series, his 3rd position. Strike call, a changeup, and Koosman's got that off-speed stuff working tonight, at least here in the 1st inning. And if he does, he's going to be mighty tough. That's the key to his success at 40 years of age. He has to be able to locate the off-speed breaking ball in the straight change. Fastball swung on late, fouled over the roof, first base side. 2 strikes on Heath. Mike with a 289 average, 4 home runs, 27 RBIs, but he has been struggling of late. Just 3 hits in his last 33 at-bats. He's 1 for 7 in the series. He had 1 hit last night. When he picked it up, he snapped an 0 for 15 string, so he's been spinning his wheels the last couple of weeks. Blowing away a ball, 1-2 the count. This is Koosman's 22nd start. The 10 appearances as a reliever, has 1 of the 43 saves. The White Sox bullpen. That's high in either league, 43 saves. Changeup just outside, 2-2 the count. Jerry's pitched 2 complete games this year and has 1 of the 5 complete game shutouts pitched by a White Sox pitcher this year. 4 belong to left-handers. Britt Burns has 2, Koosman, Bannister 1 each, and Hoyt has the only complete game shutout victory for a right-hander. Slow curve over for a call, strike 3. And Koosman has a 1-2-3 first inning with a pair of strikeouts. At the end of the first half here at Comiskey Park, the A's nothing, the White Sox coming to bat. For the entertainment of our audience, and any publications, reproduction, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Chicago White Sox is prohibited. Defensively for Steve Boros and the Oakland A's, Henderson, Murphy, and Heath from left to right in the outfield. Bill Allman at first base again tonight. Phillips at second. Donnie Hill, the youngster, at short. Wayne Gross having a great year at the plate against the White Sox will be at third base. Bob Kearney behind the plate. And 27-year-old left-hander Gorman Heimuller, a native of Playa del Rey, California, still makes his home there. He signed initially with the Giants in 1977, was released by that organization in the winter of '81, and signed by the team across the bay, the Oakland A's. 6.5 years he spent in the minor leagues. He was 8-4 with a 3.62 ERA with Tacoma when he was called up on the 12th of July by the Oakland A's this year. He is 3-4 on the year. This is his 12th start, his 13th appearance, and he's pitched 2 complete games and has a big league shutout to his credit. He lost his last outing prior to this ball game to the Cleveland Indians, who swept the Oakland A's in a recent series out in Oakland. Said one of the biggest thrills he's ever had, Gus, was his college baseball career. Pitched for a couple of years with Cal Poly at San Luis Obispo, and they defeated the USC Trojans his sophomore year.
Well, if the White Sox are hitting, they'll probably give him a couple of thrills. Of course,
those are negative thrills.
Yes, they'll, be bigger climax than that. But I tell you, Joe, he's got pretty good stuff. His fastball is somewhere just above average, probably, and he's got a screwball that you'll see. It's an odd-looking screwball he throws, and he's got a curveball. He'll dilly-dally around with you at the plate and change speed.
Rudy's average against the A's, but in this series, he has 7 hits in 10 at-bats. 3 for 5 in game 1. His third 4-hit performance last night, including his first Comiskey Park home run of the year. Rudy's hit 3 overall with 28 RBIs and is hitting .287 on the year as he steps in to lead it off. Had 3 stolen bases last night to go with his 4 hits. High slider, ball 1. In the coach's box, Davey Nelson back at first and Jimmy Leland over at third base for Tony La Russa and the White Sox. Trying to make it 5 out of 6 over Oakland here at Comiskey Park this year. Another breaking ball just a bit wide. Ball 2, Rudy Law. Rudy has doubled, tripled, and homered with 3 stolen bases, 7 hits and 10 at-bats in this series. And a tapper to the right side. And the first baseman lets it go, and Heimmuller got over there to cover as Phillips gave him the ball. Bill Allman got caught wide of the bag and took himself out of the play. It's a 4-1 putout.
Well, I thought Billy was going to turn around and go back. First, I thought he was going to catch the ball and try to beat him there. I guess the second baseman called him off. Heimmuller almost lost the race. Here it is again. The toss coming over. Whereas he was there just by 1 step.
Carlton Fisk hitting .290. 23 home runs, 74 runs batted in. His 23 home runs, a record for White Sox catcher in a year. He's hitting .412 against the A's, 7 for 17, and he has 5 hits and 10 at-bats in this series. He did not play in that 4-game series out in Oakland. The first 2 times, first 4 games between these 2 teams. He played here in the first series, and of course he's played in all 3 games of this particular series. Pudge is hitting .333 since the All-Star break, second half of the year, with 14 of his 23 home runs and 48 of his 74 RBIs on the year. That's since the All-Star break. Checks his swing on a high fastball. Pudge right now is 3rd in the league in slugging percentage at .539. That's the total number of bases divided into the number of at-bats. That's how they get the slugging percentage. In other words, if he gets a double in 1 trip at bat, he's got a 2,000 slugging percentage. Good breaking ball and a high bounder over the third baseman. Gross's head down the left field side, and Pudge with a wide turn hangs on it first. His 6th hit in the series. They kicked the relay, right? But Pudge isn't going anywhere. That's 6 hits in the series, and for Pudge's 120th base hit of the year.
Well, that was a smart move, beating that ball into the dirt. He got a very high hop out of it. Down into left field. Henderson got her. Pudge has to put on the brakes and spin his wheels. He does want to have that guy throwing over there and catching him off. Of course, they muffed the ball, and they wouldn't have had a shot at him.
Pudge is now hit safely officially in 7 out of 8. The other night they thought he had a 9-game hitting streak, but I think they researched and found out that he had gone 0 for 1 late in the ballgame coming in the late innings.
I was surprised that ball bounced that high for this turf, Joe, the way it's been very heavy.
Tom Paciorek hitting .279. Tommy with 7 home runs, 51 RBIs, 1 for 4 in game 1. Did not play last night. Pitch high and away, ball 1. Paciorek's been swinging a hot bat in his last 6 games. He's got a couple of 3-hit performances in there. Fisk 7 of 13 on the bases this year. Last year he was 17 out of 19. Slow curve, blown inside, ball 2. Paciorek with a 6-game hitting streak.
He stole the base right there. Stole first base back. when Heimmuller started his delivery, Fisk went right back to first base. Well, don't forget, there was quite a spell there. He had a tough time getting on. He wasn't on there too much, so he couldn't steal bases this year.
Well, that's right. He didn't
Not
start
like
hitting until June. He wasn't even hitting his weight first 2 months.
Oh, no, look at that.
Boy, he throws going back, and he was lucky that throw was high and wide, or Heimmuller would have picked him off. He apparently has got a mesmerizing move over there. And Pudge, who's been bothered with a stiff lower back and all kinds of bumps and bruises, doesn't need any quick moves like that to upset his sacroiliac.
Well, it's a dandy because it looked like a double clutch. Let's see if we got it down right here. And yeah, there it is.
Ground ball back to the mound as the hit and run was on. Pudge moves to second, but Pachorik is thrown out from the pitcher Heimuller to Allman at first. So a 2 out. Fisk in scoring position. And here's the bull, Greg Luzinski. Greg hitting .241. His 26 home runs are 5th in the league, and he has 79 runs batted in. 2 for 9 in the series with 1 RBI.
I wonder what if anything, did happen there. Billy Allman came in from first base, and the shortstop Hill came in. The catcher went out, and they're all were talking around with the pitcher, Heimuller. I don't know whether all 3 of them was discussing Luzinski or not. Very possible.
Luzinski's tied for 5th with Cecil Cooper and Davey Winfield. Breaking ball is low, ball 1. That almost looked like a split-fingered fastball or a sinker. Bottom really dropped out of that pitch, down and in. Two out, Fisk at second. No scorer in the bottom of the first inning. Kuzman had an easy time with the A's in the top half of this inning. Swing and a miss. Another good breaking ball around the knees. Heimuller's ball has a very sharp downward snap to it.
Well, the screwball you'll have to pay close attention to. I told you it's an odd-looking thing.
It may break more down than sideways.
Right. It almost goes down like a right-hander's curveball.
Well, that's what he's throwing there then. Good that time. He misses up high. 2 balls and a strike.
No, that's where he usually throws his fastball, and he tries to keep that screwball away from him. When he's got it, he's tough.
Well, some guys' screwballs will break down more like a sinker than it will to the side.
Well, I hate the side one.
There it is. The old backup ball. Now that ball broke down and away from Luzinski, and the count is even. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's probably the best screw he's thrown tonight.
Well, you know, it's very tough to hit because when you look at a bat and a ball, they're both round. There's only about 3/4 of an inch of hitting space on each one of them, and there's not all that much space.
High fly ball. Straightaway center. No problem for Murphy. And that retires the side. No runs, a hit as Carlton Fisk picks up the first hit for either club. And after an inning of play, no score here at Comiskey Park. Brewers won it last night to move back into second place, 4 games behind Baltimore in the East. The Red Sox again at Baltimore. And the Angels are at Toronto. The Detroit Tigers at Cleveland. They've been on a roll. The Indians, even though they're the last place ball club, have won 8 of their last 11. Mariners are at Kansas City. Royals have lost 9 out of 10, and the Twins are again at Arlington tonight against the Texas Rangers. Baltimore, 81-54, the best record in the major leagues, leading the Brewers by 4, the Tigers by 5, and the Yankees now 5.5 back. Here's Davey Lopes. He's the DH tonight, batting cleanup. .280 on the year, 17 home runs, 61 runs batted in. Takes a slow curve down and in, ball 1. Lopes homered for the only Oakland run in Game 1 against Banniston. Knocked in a run last night, although he was hitless in 4 tries. Ground ball. Sharply to Vance Law at third. He digs it out on that first skimming bounce, and there's 1 gone, and Kuzma's retired 4 in a row. 2 ground balls to Law at third and 2 by the way of strikeout. Bob Kearney making his first appearance in the series, hitting .319 since the All-Star break and .268 on the year. 8 home runs, 29 RBIs. Sox made a deal today. They acquired Randy Neiman. He'll turn 28 over the winter. He's a left-handed pitcher. They got him from the Pittsburgh Pirates in a waiver deal, which is blowing away a ball. For Miguel Delaney, who was here just about time enough to figure out how to get from the clubhouse to the field. Delaney was here for about a week. Switch hitting outfielder. They got him initially from Rich Barnes from Cleveland. And they sent Miguel Delaney and a left-handed pitcher, Mike Maitland, who had pitched in Glens Falls in relief this year, to the Pirates in payment for Randy Neiman. Clete Boyer at third, Jackie Moore at first. Those are the base coaches for the A's. And that deal has absolutely nothing to do with this particular ball club now, because Neiman will not be eligible to play in any of the playoffs. The World Series. Little pop fly single, a little Texas leaguer, drops in front of Rudy Law in center field. So Kearney becomes the first Oakland base runner with a little pop-up single in the shallow center field.
Well, he showed us some had a pretty good performance over in Oakland. That there has nothing to do with that little pop-up, though. That wasn't any great display of power.
What have you done for me lately? Huh?
Yeah, that wasn't any great display of power, but he certainly did give a good account of himself over in Oakland.
Ground ball past Paciorek, who was pulled in and slams his mitt down on the turf, and Baines overruns the ball. The runners will go to second and third. That'll be a hit and an error for Harold Baines, his 7th error of the year. He just simply overran that ball.
I can't believe that Kearney is that slow now. Here's the ball gets through, and Kearney's already gone there. The ball is very slow in the outfield. Now, right here, Baines lets the ball get away, and already Kearney is on third. Baines hasn't thrown the ball yet, but they hold the runner up at third base. Clete Boyer is the third base coach, and Clete is not a bad coach at all. He's a good third base coach.
Donnie Hill, little switch hitting shortstop, 1 homer, 10 RBIs, 250 average. But let me tell you, he's a much better hitter as a right-handed hitter at 327. His left-handed average is only 197. Hill has hit safely in 9 of his last 11, although he's 0 for 3 in this series. He did not play last night. He played in game 1. Runners at second and third with 1 out. Just a little dribbler, a ground ball that got by Paciorek, who was holding the runner and was in even with a bag at first, and then Baines overran it in the outfield. And there's a good, sharp, hard-breaking slider inside corner knee-high for a called strike.
If they had set Kearney in, I think they would have had trouble getting Murphy at third, because Murphy can fly. Not as fast as Henderson, but he can go good.
That's going to score the run. Fly ball to Kittle. Tagging at third is Kearney. And the throw comes in halfway between third and home. The run scores, and the A's are on the board, although it'll be an unearned run at this point.
Well, Kearney running against Kittle's arm and running against Baines's arm is 2 different horses of 3 different colors.
2 different horses of 3 different colors.
Yeah.
Right?
I would say there's a horse of a different color. I just say there's a whole lot of difference between Harold Baines' arm and Ron Kittle. Let's put it that way then.
I won't argue that.
It doesn't complicate it.
Wayne Gross has hit 4 of his 12 home runs against the White Sox. He hit a pair off point last night and then was lifted for a pinch hitter. He's hitting .225 overall with 12 homers, 40 runs batted in. Strike at the knees. Gross with 12 hits in 32 at-bats against the White Sox. That's the leading Oakland average against Chicago this year. Figures in at 375. His 4 home runs, he's driven in 6. He did not play in game 1. Murphy at second base. He had that single and advanced on the error by Baines. Strike 2 called. John Shulock, very deliberate behind the plate. And he's one of the newer breed that is very deliberate behind the plate. George Maloney retires at the end of this year. He's the senior umpire in age. I think he thought up that school initially. The 0-2 pitch. Oh boy, what a dandy looking curve, but just a bit low and away.
Yeah, with Shulock calling the balls and strikes behind home plate, you have to set the alarm. Otherwise, you might not wake up in time, or you might oversleep. You really have to keep your eye on it.
Swing and a miss on a changeup curve down around the knees, and that's 3 strikeouts for Koosman, all 3 on the off-speed breaking ball tonight. But the A's get an unearned run on 2 hits, an error and a man left. At the end of an inning and a half, Oakland 1, White Sox nothing. A lot of groups with us tonight. Some nice folks from Scott Ladd, Lansing, Illinois here tonight, the Chicago Ridge Community Night. Association of American Railroads also here with a group of Sox fans. Ron Kittle has tied a White Sox record. He has homered in each of the last 5 games. Greg Luzinski did it earlier this year to set that standard. Kittle has also homered in 6 of the last 7. He's hit safely in 7 straight and 11 out of 13. His 32 home runs, second only to Jim Rice. He has 85 runs batted in. Takes the pitch a bit too close at the knees. Kittle's average for his first full year in the big leagues at 259. He trails Jim Rice of the Red Sox by 2 at the home run derby. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. Kittle has 3 hits in the series in 9 at bats. Turned that one over. That was a changeup screwball outside. The ball's in the strike. Downers Grove Burger King here with a group of their employees tonight, also from Niles, Illinois, the Lutheran General Hospital group here. Got that one out on the end of the bat, and it's going to drop for a hit. So Ron Kittle has an 8-game hitting streak. He just kind of gave that his sweep stroke, and Heimmuller changed up on him, and he just hit it out on the end of the bat and just kind of wristed it into left center field.
Yeah, he couldn't quite get to that one. It was way out on the end of the bat, and better that way than any other way, unless he's going to really get a hold of it, because it wasn't hard enough for anybody to get to.
Well, 2 cheap hits blossomed into a run for the A's. Let's see if the Sox can get it back. Here's Baines hitting 273, 13 home runs, 75 runs batted in. Harrell's still second in the league in game-winning RBIs with 15 to Davey Winfield of the Yankees.
Kittle swing of that pitch just fouled me up. You said Heimmuller turned him over. I was going to say Burger King did too.
There's a bunt pushed down to third base side of duty. Baines has himself a hit. Oh, what a dandy. That's the first time I've seen him actually try to push a bunt. A lot of times when he's up there trying to bunt, he just kind of sticks the bat out. Look how he guides this ball.
Oh, is he ever getting tricky? You imagine that? But it was a terrible pitch for him to bunt. Should make the ball be down at least belt high and below there better. But because you have a chance of butting into a double play like we saw yesterday should have been. But he gets off a good butt from up there.
I think he was bunting on his own, Gus.
Oh, I'm sure he was. But I say, if you're going to do it, wait till you get a pitch somewhere around the belt where you can get it on the ground. However, he got the bat up high and got that one on the ground very good.
Vance Law, 238, 4 home runs, 36 RBIs. Runners at first and second, nobody out. Now they're playing the sacrifice. Strike called. He yanked the bat back, took a good hard slider, knee-high inside corner. So Baines is hit safely in 9 out of 10, although he's not been swinging the real hot bat. And that's his 140th hit of the year. Now that's tops on the White Sox. Kittle at second, Baines at first, nobody out. A's lead by a run here, home half of the second inning. 0-1 to count to Vance Law.
Now Vance wants to bunt the ball down the third base side in order to draw the third baseman in and let the runner get over there. He does. He makes a good bunt. And look at him.
Deja vu. He dropped it down in the same place that Baines did, and again Heimmuller had no place to go with it.
I think they got an alley there, Joe. Oh, he lays down a good bunt on the left side. The third base was supposed to come in, but he doesn't. He goes back. The pitcher and the catcher, they just have to eat it. Here's the bunt again. He got a good one just below the belt, right down the line. They was confused who was going to get it. They could have just let it go for all the good it done them.
That's 4 hits. Off Heimmuller, we've got a pop fly single and 2 bunt singles to load the bases, nobody out. Scotty Fletcher at his second start back in the lineup after he pulled that hamstring about 2 weeks ago. 269, 1 homer, 26 runs batted in. And Fletcher takes a belt-high strike inside corner.
I'll say one thing, kiddo, you're really slaughtering him with this power you're putting on here, aren't you?
Dazzling him with our footwork, huh?
One on the end of the bat and 2 bunts.
The A's will concede the run unless it's hit right at somebody. That's going to, well, I don't know. Coming very shallow right. There's the catch. The runners will hold. That ball kind of died. Shallow pop fly to Heath, who is a catcher by trade, although he's played at third base as well as right field. And with nobody out, the runners are holding. Kittle, of course, has got good straightaway speed, but he doesn't have that blazing start. Now Julio Cruz will try to do something about it. 1 out, bases still loaded. There's Kittle, the lead runner at third, talking with third base umpire Bill Kunkel. There's Baines at second.
I'd say you've got a good shot here. Why don't you put the bunt on again?
Yeah, Vance Law at first. Julio's hit safely in 5 out of 7. He was collared last night, has only 1 hit and 8 at-bats in the series. 242 on the year, 3 homers, 44 runs batted in. He got the game-winning RBI last night when he snapped the tie with a ground ball to the right side that scored the runner from third. Bounces 1 to third, steps on the bag, throw across, double play, and they get out of the inning. A pop fly single and 2 straight bunt singles loaded the bases with nobody out, and the Sox cannot score a run. That's a quick 5-3 double play off the bat of Cruz, and number 141 for the Oakland A's this year. After 2 innings, Oakland leads it 1-0. Now to our studios and Dick Gonski.
Thanks very much, Joe, and hello again, everybody. Good to be with you. At the U.S. Open today, the women completed their quarterfinal matches, and the men started their quarterfinal play. On the men's side, Jimmy Connors defeated 14th seed Elliott Telcher. The score, 7-6, 6-2, and 6-2. It was the 11th straight victory for Connors over Telcher. He will now go into the semis for the 10th consecutive time in the U.S. Open. Tonight's other men's quarterfinal match will see 16th seed Bill Scanlon, the upset winner over John McEnroe, go against Mark Dixon, who defeated John Lloyd on Monday. Dixon won the first set tonight 6-3. In women's play, Chris Everett and Joe Dury advanced without much trouble. Chrissy will make her 13th consecutive semifinal appearance after taking the 8th seed Hannah Mandlikova 6-4 and 6-3. And Joe Dury, the 14th seed, swept by Ivana Madruga of Argentina 6-2, 6-2. Dury's the first British player to reach the semis of the Open since 1975 when Virginia Wade last appeared. The 23-year-old also made the semis of the French Open, so she could prove to be decent competition for Everett Lloyd. The word from the Bears, they have to sell 4,600 tickets by noon tomorrow, or Sunday's game with Tampa Bay will be blacked out. That'll be 2 blackouts in a row. Sting and Golden Bay after tonight's game. Now Joe McConnell and Gus Wynn are standing by with scores of other games around the major leagues.
Quick check of the scores up in Milwaukee. The Yankees have a 1-0 lead after 1. That's Fontenot against Porter. Baltimore leading Boston 3-1, bottom of the 5th. And Seattle, Kansas City, no score. Strike call, knee-high outside corner. Tony Phillips, little switch-hitting infielder, playing at second tonight, leading off the 3rd for the A's. Bluffed a bunt there. He's hitting .241, 3 home runs and 30 runs batted in. He's got a better left-handed average than he does right-handed average. .256 to just .219 as a right-handed hitter. 0 for 2 in the series. He's the number 9 batter. He'll be followed by the top of the order, Henderson and Allman. Pitch just missed inside. Rangers and Twins no score in that ball game. That's Williams against Huff. Tigers lost to Cleveland 7-1, no score in the 2nd inning. Cleveland now has won 10 out of 12, and the Toronto Blue Jays and the Angels are tied at 3 in their game. That's Ken Forsch against Louis Liao. Montreal leading the Cubs in the 6th. Phillies and Mets are tied. Pittsburgh trailing the Cardinals by a run in the 2nd. Boy, what a division battle they got going in the East. Little one-hop spinner to Julio, moving to his left, and Cruz throws him out. Phillips is gone. Montreal leading the Pirates by a percentage point, 0.2 of a percentage point, if you will. Both clubs are 4 games over. The Pirates have won 1 more and lost 1 more. They've played 2 more than Montreal. Philadelphia, half game out. The defending world champion Cardinals still at 500, a game and a half out. And the Dodgers, well, the Dodgers have lost 3 in a row, and the Atlanta Braves have moved back to within a single game in the National League West. Ricky Henderson bounced out to Vance Law, starting the ball game tonight. Curveball into the dirt, bounces away. Gus, I think the key to the White Sox success against this Oakland ball club, they won 6 of the 9, has been their ability to keep this man in the batter's box right now, Ricky Henderson, off base. He's had only 7 hits and 37 at-bats, and has not been much of a figure.
That is definitely an advantage, Joe. When he gets on base, if you look for him to run, he does run, and very rarely do you ever throw him out. Out of 93 steals, he's been caught stealing 17 times. He's got terrific speed, and he, no doubt, as he gets a strike there, you know, motivates their ball club a lot when he goes to running, gets everybody all hopped up, and also embarrasses the local club or the opposing club by stealing third following the first base owner.
Fastball a bit high, and the count is 3-1. Kuzman drops behind. Well, Ricky Henderson is to the Oakland ball club obviously what Rudy Law has been to our club offensively. He just absolutely takes over a ball game when he gets on base. The Indians beat the Tigers in the first game of that doubleheader as a makeup for yesterday's rainout. Sorensen got the win over Wilcox. There's ball 4, and so Henderson is on.
Well, we'll see what he does here now. They have the lead. It's a good shot for him to steal one.
He's had only 2 stolen bases against the White Sox this year. Yes, he has been caught 17 times stealing, but I wonder how many of those attempts were pickoffs. In other words, Rudy has been successful on 66 out of 77, but I would dare say he's been picked off about 6 times. He's actually only been thrown out 6 or 7 times attempting to steal.
Joe, I think if you go back and check up, you'll find all good base stealers have been picked off quite a few times, because there is times that they are going to say, I'm going to run on this pitch, and as soon as they see that pitcher make one slightest motion, they are gone.
Kuzman goes over there.
However, this guy, you know, Joe, we've talked about it many a time. It seems like the second step he takes, he's running full bore.
Yeah, he's got a very, very quick start. Now, had Kuzman waited, he went into a quick motion. Really didn't set that time. Had he waited, it looked like Henderson was leaving the bag. He might have got him leaning the wrong way if he had just hesitated a bit before he went over there. Bill Allman, the batter, he struck out on a changeup Kuzman curve his first time up. Larry Sorensen beat Milt Wilcox in the first of 2 at Cleveland. Norman Thomas hit his 21st of the year for Cleveland. Lance Parrish hit number 25 in the 9th to avoid a shutout for the Tigers. So the Tigers at the moment now are 5.5 out, tied with the Yankees, pending the outcome of all the rest of the action tonight. That second game, it's Dan Petrie, 15-8, against Rick Behenna, just called up by Cleveland. Fouled away down the right field side. It's going to hook into the upper deck. Strike 1 to count to Allman. It appears, Gus, here in the waning weeks of the '83 season that Cleveland's going to clean house. You know, they're really wheeling and dealing a lot of players right now.
Yes, they will, Joe. And, you know, another thing, you ever notice a club that is in last place always gets hot the last part of the year?
Sometimes it happens that way, yeah. Why is that? Now, they can play the role of spoiler in our division. You know, they're all just kind of scrapping for amongst themselves for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
Well, that's it. They have a lot to say who's going to win. We might as well chat for a while. It looks like Kuzman go to play with he and Henderson have a marble game going.
We'll go into our rainout fill, huh?
Okay.
Game delay. Jerry goes over there again.
Now we had the first baseman from Cleveland over there at bat.
Well, Hargrove, we might not ever get through this inning.
He could be going through his routine while they're playing catch over there.
There he goes. Fist throw. Not a bad one, but it came up a little high on the bounce. And Henderson's in there with his 94th stolen base of the year. He's tops in the major leagues. In fact, Rudy Law in 2nd place.
He gets a walk-in run start there. It wasn't a bad throw, but with him a 2-step advantage on you, you might as well forget it. The only thing he could have done was that ball been right in front of the base, and then he might have had a 50-50 chance had it been a perfect throw in the air and Fletcher not having to come up with that glove up into the air above Henderson.
If that hop skids, I think they got him. So now he's at 2nd with 1 out. Allman hits one right off the end of the bat. Little nubber in front of the plate. Kuzman throws him out. And Henderson stayed at 2nd.
Yeah, you know, that's the thing about having a guy like him. When you walk a guy like Henderson, you just walk a double. You're not putting him on first base. You might as well put him on 2nd.
But my question is, why didn't Ricky go to 3rd on that play? Just a little dribbler out in front of the plate. There was no chance to get him at 3rd.
No, I wouldn't think so either. But like Kearney not going home a while ago, I couldn't understand that.
Mike Heath struck out on a changeup Kuzman curve. He took his looking at it first time up. 2 out, runner at 2nd. The A's lead 1-0 here in the 3rd. MDC Systems represented here with a group of White Sox fans tonight. Pitch is high and away a ball. Skokie, Sears, and Roebuck group is here tonight. The T-Note Pit Group and the Villa Park Rotary Club here.
Look at Henderson. Henderson. There's why he didn't go. He wasn't ready. He wasn't thinking about it.
Ball one to count to Heath. Henderson at second with 2 out. We're in the top half of the 3rd inning.
I would watch him now. He's realized what he's done, and he's just liable to try to go to 3rd. He's like a cat out there. Upset with himself, nervous, aggravated.
It was a great camera shot. hit himself in the helmet. Oh, what am I doing? That's one of Angio's favorite moves. That pitch is outside a ball. He's hitting himself in the head all the time.
One guy asked the guy why. He says, "Why do you hit yourself in the head all the time?" He hit himself in the head and says, "I don't know why. I have bang.
I don't hit back." Yes. Henderson takes his lead at second. 2 balls and no strikes. The count on Heath. Now Fletcher cuts in behind him. Oh, nice short hop backhand trap of that throw that was into the runner.
If Fletcher had turned around and started to run behind second base after the ball, I think Henderson would have took off at 3rd.
Right there, grab.
He looks now. He wants to know where the ball is, and maybe if Julio had started running, he might have gone. Pitch
appeared to be outside. Heath going fishing and tried to hold back. Couldn't do so. 2 balls and a strike. They don't play him too deep in the outfield. Kittle's fairly deep in left, but Rudy in center and Baines in right are both medium and straight away. Koosman appears to be throwing the ball well tonight. Time was called. No pitch. The run the A's got in the 2nd inning is unearned as a result of Baines overrunning a ground ball single and right.
You know, I didn't read all the paper this morning, but I'm sure somebody must have made a big notice of it. How important Rudy Law was to that ball game last night. Coming in and scoring, knocking the catch over, and also hitting the home run, scoring 2 runs for the Sox.
He scored 3 runs at 4 hits.
Well,
he did everything.
Those two, I mean, were really outstanding.
Yeah, I don't think anybody minimized Rudy's effort last night.
Oh, mercy,
great
no.
ball game.
Either one of those runs, or either one of the 3, we don't win the ball game. Maybe.
High twisting foul pop down the right field side. Might be a play for Baines. Up against the wall. Couldn't quite get there. Had he been over there in time to set himself, he would have made the play. So tough break for Koosman. That would have been the 3rd out. Now as it is, it's 3-2.
He's right over there, but he appears to stop quite a bit before he gets there, and the ball hit just a little bit behind him. Of course,
he had the wall and the tarp roll all to try to figure out.
And the dirt is a little soft down there too, Joe.
Yeah, I listened to your description last night. It looked like might have looked a little bit like roller derby in that wet outfield last night. A couple of sinkholes out there that hadn't dried.
Could you hear out of the barrel last night? God, that was a terrible mic situation.
Yeah. I thought you were using one of those new modern tin cans.
I was, a string tied onto it.
There goes Ricky to 3rd. Broken bat bouncer almost hit Koosman. The throw to 1st will retire the side. The barrel of the bat winds up behind the pitcher's mound. A shattered bat ground ball to 2nd. And the A's are retired. No runs. There was a walk and a stolen base by Ricky Henderson. He's left on. And after 2.5, Oakland leads it 1-0. Following our telecast of this ball game here tonight, Sports Vision will present Game 1 of the North American Soccer League playoffs featuring our Chicago Sting and the Golden Bay Earthquakes from San Jose. Howard Balson and Kenny Stern will be on hand to call all the action tonight. The NASL playoffs, the Sting and Golden Bay, Game 1, following tonight's Sox-A's contest. Don't forget Fan Appreciation Day coming up here. Final home Sunday of the year, September 18th against the Mariners at 1:15. And well, if you could see the list of prizes that I've got here, you'll be here because there are going to be some outstanding gifts given away on Fan Appreciation Day here, September 18th, a Sunday afternoon against the Mariners. Final home game of the regular season. Pitch got away, a breaking ball low and away. Ball 1 to Rudy Law. Top of the order here in the Sox 3rd, Law, Fisk, and Pachorik. Mueller dodged a bullet. He gave up a pop fly single and back-to-back bunt singles to load the bases. Nobody out in the 2nd and got out Out of it, without a run. There's a strike call. Sox have left 3 men on so far in 2 innings. Not a bad pitch, just a bit low. Rudy grounded out. Phillips at second, and the pitcher Heimuller covering at first. A 4-1 putout to start the ballgame for the White Sox, his first time up. He rips that one to right field. There's 8 hits in the 3 games for Rudy Law. Number 122 on the year. Now they'll play the little game that Kuzman had to play with Ricky Henderson in the top half of this inning.
Certainly not any El Cheapo either, boy. He lined that ball.
He turned on it.
He just didn't get it into the air. You ain't a kidding, he turned on it. He beat his brains out. Pulled it right off the edge of the grass. A line shot by Rudy.
5 hits off Heimuller. Here's Pudge. Pounded one into the hard dirt that's bounced over the third baseman Gross's head for a base hit, his first time up. Rudy now has 8 hits in 12 at-bats. He's hitting .667 in this 3-game series against Oakland. He's at first with nobody out. And Pudge, with a base hit his first time up tonight, has 6 hits in 11 at-bats. So he's hitting over 500 at .555 so far for the 3 games.
Now, Kearney has a pretty good arm. He usually turns the ball loose in a hurry. We saw him over in Oakland first and only trip in there this year.
He's not a bad young catcher.
No, he isn't, Joe. He looks like he's a good receiver also.
The record may not indicate it, Gus, but I think this is a better Oakland team than the one they wound up with a year ago.
I don't know how he handles the pitchers, but he seems to do everything else well. And Heimuller is going to take a few shots at Rudy Law over on first base, too. He knows his record. There's Rudy's number, 66 out of 77 attempted steals.
Well, he's only 28 behind Ricky. They're the top 2. Range leads the National League with 68. Foul back. 0-1 the count to Fisk. Looked like he might be trying to go to right field with that outside breaking ball.
Well, he's got a big hole over there, too, Joe, and Carlin can go that way when he gets his pitch. That pitch wasn't a bad pitch to go to right field. It was up and looked like it was on the outside part of the plate.
Well, Heimuller better get the ball inside the way they're playing Fisk, because the outfield is pulled way around to the left, so's the infield, although they're up, hoping to turn a double play here. They turned one tonight. Go over there.
This is Rudy's first shot at Heimuller. However, you got to look at him a while ago when Carlton was over there.
I was going to say, Heimuller won the first race and beat Rudy to the bag first inning. Saved himself a lot of grief.
Boy, he looks like he makes a semi-balk or a half-balk.
Well, then he'll fit right in. Baltimore ought to make a deal for him. You know, between Henderson, Law, and Cruz, they're the top 3 base stealers in the American League this year. They have totaled 209 stolen bases this year. But the A's have 206 as a ball club, counting Henderson's 94th steal here tonight. The White Sox have done very well, but they have only 134 with 2 of the top 3 in the league.
That's what I said. Rudy and Cruz has got more than Detroit and Boston put together.
Oh, yeah. Well, Boston's only got 24 for the year.
Almost either one of them
Yeah.
got more. And the same thing with the 2 guys with Oakland.
Shoot, Oakland's got about 5 players in the lineup that have more stolen bases than the Red Sox do this year. Swing and a miss. Pudge had a full turn and a miss there. 0-2. Well, Carlton has had the most unusual year of his career. The worst 2 months back-to-back he has ever endured in April and May. And in talking a couple of days ago, he said he had never had a more productive 3-month stretch than he has through June, July, August, and now into September. Started about mid-June, really, is when he really started swinging with a heavy bat. And he has not had a prolonged slump since then. He's had a 4 or 5 day span there where he tailed off, dropped about 10 points to the average, but he's picked it back up again now in the last week or so.
And he moved up into a strange spot, too, in the second spot, and batting right behind this guy here, Rudy Law.
And Rudy's got to be a great deal of credit has to go to Rudy for Carlton's success. That pitch is low and away because Fisk obviously has seen a lot better pitches to hit. With Rudy on, he's been seeing a lot more fastballs than he would if nobody was on base.
Yes, but on the other hand, he's got to have a lot of patience and can't get too excited because, you know, he's got to give Rudy a chance to steal, and that's the whole theme of the whole thing. Of course, I think he's looking at the ball a lot better by doing this.
Yeah, obviously he's being a lot more select. He's getting better pitches to hit, and he's also, because he's going to get more than one pitch to hit maybe in one turn at bat, he can afford to wait. And that takes a certain amount of discipline because a lot of young fellas up there, when they like the looks of that first pitch, they're going to jump on it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pudge is going to have to try to hit it to the right side to move the runner now. There he goes, and the pitch is outside of ball. Throw to second, and he goes into center, and Rudy will go to third. He has 67 stolen bases. The throwing error on the catcher, Bob Kearney, his 6th of the year. Well, the A's continue to pile up the errors. They have 133.
Well, I was glad that pitch bounced out into center field, or glad it was a low pitch to start with to Carlin, because he didn't have to go after it. Of course, Rudy has got the base stolen. Comes right up on his feet. There it is, an outside low pitch. Not a good pitch for the catcher to go at. It would have had to been a perfect pitch to throw to second to get Rudy, and he just eases on down to third base.
So the tying run at third with nobody out. The errors are even a 1 apiece. The A's have had a lot of trouble throwing the ball to second in this series. That's their 3rd overthrow in 3 ball games. And Fisk strikes out on a wicked screwball. Sharp drop with that pitch. And that's the first strikeout for Heimuller. And he couldn't have picked a better time for him to get it.
No, he really got him going after it. Right down into the dirt.
So there's 1 out.
His first strikeout, too, Joe.
Here's Pachorik. Tommy hit a comebacker to the mound first time up. Yeah, it was an excellent time for Heimuller to get the strikeout. Infield will play in. Law at third with a tying run. And the pitch is blocked by Kearney. Of course, with this young left-hander throwing such sharp breaking stuff, we might even get a pass ball or a wild pitch here.
Well, especially if Kearney calls for a slider and he gives him that sharp breaking screwball that goes straight down. Doesn't flash the signs too well, or else we can't pick him up too well. He's going inside.
Sure is. And Pachorik fouls it upstairs on the first base side. A ball and a strike. Hey, you could see Kearney that time give the sign, setting up outside. Then he jumped over, shifted over, and moved inside as Pachorik settled in and looked at the pitcher.
But the way he's flashing the signs looked like it must be the first sign right away is probably the pitch he's calling for, but he's giving the other just as goes with a flash. That could be a slider.
Now he's going to stay outside this time. And Heimuller gives him the ball, but it's a little bit low and away, and so the count is 2 balls and a strike.
It was a slider, Joe. It was just low.
A slider for Heimuller will backdoor the outside corner. The Scroogey, of course, will tail away from the right-handed batter. A backup ball, if you will.
Got something else going this time.
Well, time is called. What?
A bat.
Is that a bat?
Yeah, a flying bat.
Either that or a bird-sized moth.
Oh, they're getting on the umpire for trying to kick him out of the way.
Well, I don't blame him. Saw Kearney hit it with his mitt. And it kind of fluttered off, kind of drunkenly.
First thing you know, now we'll have one of those deals like they had in Toronto.
Oh, please.
Jonathan Seagull.
This is Chicago. There's a hit to center, and we're all tied and run. Tom Pachorik just lined one past Heimuller, and to pull it infield, of course, that would have been a hit no matter what. And Tommy knocks in his 52nd run of the year. Rudy Law scores his 83rd, which is tops of the ball club. He's moving up into the top 10 in runs scored this year. And we've got a new ball game at 1 run apiece.
Line drive into center field, right by the pitcher. That's hit number 6 for the White Sox. 6 hits and only 1 run. I can't believe that.
It's early. I tell you, he had a good breaking ball that time.
It was a line shot, boy. It was a good one. That ties her up anyway.
That's the 98th hit of the year for Pachorik. His 52nd run batted in. Here's Lazinski, who flied to medium center his first time up. Pachorik at first, one out. The run is in, and it is unearned up to this moment. Strike at the knees. Looked like the young left-hander took something off that pitch. 6.5 years he has labored in the minor leagues before he finally got his big league shot at age 27. They brought him up on the 12th of July, and he's pitched well. Pachorik not much of a threat to run unless they put the hit and run on. Tommy is 3 out of 4 on the bases. There's another off-speed pitch. This one a bit low. 1-1 the count. So far, he's taken something off both pitches to Lazinski.
Joe, I don't believe Rudy Law could steal from where Pachorik leads off.
He's only about 2 steps off the bag.
Step and a half.
That is a short lead. Inside and low, 2 balls and a strike to Lazinski. 1-1 tie, bottom of the 3rd. Sox have out hit the A's 6-2. So far, each club with an error, and it has paved the way for the 2 runs. Swing and a miss again, throwing him nothing but off-speed stuff. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Greg was way out in front of that pitch. A's are trying to snap a 5-game slide here tonight. They've lost 8 of their last 9. At 900, this is the first time they've been that bad since the 5th of August. Line drive foul off the wall out there and ricocheting back into the lower deck. Foul by some 20 feet or so. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lazinski really ripped that one, but he pulled it foul all the way. The A's are in a 4-way scramble for second spot behind the White Sox. Royals are 14 out. The A's 14.5. Texas Rangers 15, and the Angels are 16 back. So there may be some juggling from 2nd through 5th before the end of the season. Looks like the Twins are going to finish 6th and the Mariners in the basement. Struck him out. So Heimiller has picked up his first 2 strikeouts in this inning. And he fed Lazinski nothing but a steady diet of off-speed breaking balls, with the exception of the 1 fastball that he pulled foul.
Well, he's got a pretty good one. And that was down below the knees and going down. Looks like he might have cut that one just a little bit. Got a pretty sharp little short break on it.
Ron Kittle blooped a little pop fly single in the left field. Got it off the end of his bat his first time up. So he's now extended his hitting string to 8 straight games and 12 out of 14. He has homered in 5 straight and 6 of the last 7 to jump back into second place, 2 behind Jim Rice. So, swing and a miss on a high pitch up around the top of the shoulders. That pitch was about 8 or 10 inches up out of the strike zone, but Kittle couldn't lay off. I guess his drive was just fair and just made the front lip of the roof last night inside the foul pole, between the foul pole and the first pennant flag hanging up atop the roof.
Well, if it hadn't have made the roof, it might have took it with it.
Oh, change up. Slider on the outside corner. Pitch broke back in, but it was after Kittle was already out in front and around on it. 0-2. Heimiller really mixing him up here. That time the Scroogey is low and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Well, a guy like Heimiller will be tough on Kittle now, unless he can get him to come inside with one. Go outside with that pitch. Ron's got to chase it, and he will chase it.
Inside, tried to sneak the fastball over. 2-2 the count.
Yeah, he'll straighten you up just a little bit, Joe. He's not fast enough to really scare you.
Yeah, but if he really mixes it up, changes his speed. Yes,
right,
sir. 2-2 pitch. Struck him out. He struck out the side. And for Kittle, that is the 127th time he has gone down waving this year. Sox tied with a run. 2 hits. There was an error, and the run is unearned. The man is left on after 3. We're all tied, a run apiece.
Your Toyota dealer's got the year-end truck deal.
Along with Early Win, this is Joe McConnell. Glad you're with us tonight on Sports Vision, live from Comiskey Park. Sox and the A's tied at a run. Lopes leading off the fourth against Koosman, and he dribbles a foul ball, jumps up, hits him, and then rolls out in front of the plate. Count is 0-1. Koosman gives him an off-speed curve. Lopes led off the second inning with a ground ball to Vance Law at third. Sox have out hit the A's 6-2. Each club with an error and each club with an unearned run. Ground ball into the hole, backhanded by Scott Fletcher, and the long throw, and Lopes is retired. So one down here in the fourth. The two hits off Koosman, neither one have been hit hard.
Look at this, win ugly. Boy, that's really hanging, isn't it?
Here's Kearney. We got a little pop fly single his first time up, and he scored the run. He advanced to third when Murphy, with a little dribbler that got by Pachorik, who was pulled in holding a runner at first, and when Baines overran the ball in the outfield, they both took the extra base, and that led to the run. Slow curve and a beauty in there for a strike.
He had time to go to the water cooler and get a drink of water. Right so fast you blow out your pen?
Oh, another one of these $12 mechanical pens I keep fouling up after using them for about a week. There's a strike at the knees again. It's 0-2. I'll tell you, I'm about ready to give up on anything mechanical. I'm great at taking them apart, but as far as fixing them, that's something else.
You ever be jogging down the road and blow out a tennis shoe?
No. Fly ball, right center field. Rudy Law jogging over. Baines cuts in behind him, and Rudy takes it for the out. 2 gone.
Well, that's good communication there. Rudy called for it, and Harold gave way to him. That's the way it's supposed to be. Left field, right field, and infielders give away to the outfielders, and the center fielder has priority over everybody.
Well, they're 2 gone here in the Oakland fourth. That'll bring up Wayne Murphy, who singled to right, set up the run-scoring situation. He had a big swing and a miss at a slow curve. Murphy now with 11 hits and 38 at-bats against the Sox this year. He's the RBI leader for this ball club with 69, 8 more than Lopes. He's second in home runs, 2 less than Davies. Swing and a miss. Big free left-handed swinger. Murphy is fanned 96 times this year, and he's in the hole here, 0-2. Angels and the Jays are still tied, 4 runs apiece. They're in the 7th at Toronto. Foul ball off to the right. Koosman has a victory over the A's earlier this year. He got the second win in that doubleheader sweep that enabled the White Sox to split that 4-game series. First time out in Oakland. He went all the way and allowed 1 unearned run to get the doubleheader victory. Still 0-2 to Murphy on the foul ball. Koosman beat Cotteroli that day 8-1, and Cotteroli also pitched the entire ball game. Sox had a 6-run third inning that was the difference in that one. Checks his swing a bit high. A ball and 2 strikes.
Jonah, here's the case. Murphy used to bat behind Henderson all the time. Last year he hit .239 batting behind him. He got a total of 130 hits, and this year he has only 102 so far.
Fastball up and in, 2-2.
He got 94 RBIs last year.
And I'll bet you he drove in Ricky about 65 of those times.
You can bet he did that. No doubt about it, but he's got 69 now, and I don't think he's going to get 90.
Nope. Oh, Koosman hangs that curve high and inside, and from an 0-2 hole, now Murphy has battled him down to the wire. Ball 3 and strike 2. Cruz has 3 strikeouts. He's walked only 1. Payoff pitch. High pop fly into right field. He got under that curveball. It drifts foul, but Baines is there, and he takes. Oh, he dropped the ball. Well, they're going to have to give him an error, I would think, and that would be Baines' second error of the game and his 8th of the year. He should have had that one.
Yeah, unlike the other one, I don't know, is there anything there to bother him? Is
Well,
that
look,
the drain?
there's a wet spot there. I don't know if he slipped or not. Didn't look like it. He
Hit
just
him right in the palm of the glove, Joe.
Yeah.
Let the air out of it.
Let's grab it again. Looked like he could have caught it the second time.
Somebody should have been there to caught it on the bounce.
Well, they put up the error. That's 2 on Baines. White Sox now with 103 as a ball club on the year. Still 3-2 to Dwayne Murphy. This time he hits a fly ball down the left field side. Kittle drifting over. It's in foul territory, and he makes the catch to retire the side. So even though there was an error involved, no harm. No runs, no hits, nobody left. The 1-2-3 inning for Koosman despite the error, and after 3.5, we're all even at 1. Moving into the White Sox half of the 4th, it'll be Baines, Vance Law, and Scott Fletcher to face the left-hander Heimuller. Gorman Heimuller from Playa del Rey in California. He's born and lives there. Baines looks at an off-speed breaking ball down and away. Harrell got a perfectly placed bunt single his first time up. And then Vance Law followed suit. Up and in. Ball 2. Strike. Knee high, inside corner. Didn't mean to hit it. Taps it down to third base side. He might have himself another infield hit. No, they get him by a stride. Well, I tell you, you'd have to be living right to get many of those.
Yeah, and it looked like Heimuller might have got the best stuff on that of any pitch he's thrown tonight. He comes over. He falls into it just right, and he puts the good stuff on it. Just did get him. Over here he whirls, and boy, he's ready for it. Boy, Baines is in the air. He got down a little bit, hurry. He wouldn't have got him, but he did.
Vance Law had a perfectly placed bunt single to load the bases with nobody out in the second inning. The Sox failed to score in that inning. Strike called inside corner. Foul back. 0-2 to Vance Law. 1-1. We're all tied here in the home half of the 4th inning. First ever appearance for Heimuller against the White Sox in his big league career. Yeah, I think I fixed this pencil. If it is, it'll be the first thing I fixed this year. Outside and high ball. 1-2 the count.
And you're the only one I've ever seen do it with a 6-inch monkey wrench.
1-2 the count. You changed up on him there, and this is low and inside. Don't forget, this coming Sunday night at twilight start, 5:55, the wrap-up of the 4-game weekend series of the Angels. Big Budweiser fireworks display, the final one of the year, following the ball game here Sunday night. And I understand we've got a great crowd for it. So if you want to come out, bring the youngsters, you better get your ticket orders in right now. Fly ball, right center. Who's going to take it? Heath calls for it, and Murphy takes charge, steps right in front of him to pull it in. So there are 2 outs here in the 4th. Mr. Gonski back in the studios with Phil Yen on the 6-1 Montreal victory over the Cubs tonight. I got a hunch, Gus, that Montreal's going to come on to win the East now. Everyone's been predicting them to do it for about 3 or 4 years, and they spun their wheels and sputtered around, and now it looks like they're starting to put it together. They won their 4th in a row tonight. They've now won 8 out of the last 11, and at the moment they lead the Pirates by a half game pending the outcome of Pittsburgh's game tonight. That's still anybody's race with 4 clubs within a game and a half of the top when play started today. Somebody asked me who the White Sox were going to play in the World Series. High pop foul coming back out of play, and I said, well, first of all, I'm not sure who we're going to play in the playoffs yet. It looks like Baltimore, but we haven't disposed of whoever might come out of the East in our own league yet. But I said, how in the world can you tell in the National League? Because you've got 6 clubs all within a game and a half of their respective leads, and I couldn't even begin to tell you who's going to represent the National League in the World Series.
No, everybody is certainly guessing, and naturally they're going to call their favorite club. So you're going to hear a lot of different stories.
Outside of ball, didn't miss by much. 1-1 to Fletcher. Scott flied to shallow right with the bases loaded and nobody out his first time up. Still didn't leave us in too bad a shape with Julio up there, but Julio hit a 1-hopper right to third, and they turned a quick double play to get out of the inning. That pitch is high and away, ball 2. Jove, I did fix it. He'll almost knock it out of the booth. Flip it right out of the window. Bouncer to the right side. Backpedaling is Phillips. He's got it on the rim of the grass. Thrown at first, and Fletcher out by half a stride. 1-2-3 inning for Heimuller, his first perfect inning of the night. And after 4, the Sox and the A's are tied at a run apiece. Now back to our studios and your host, Dick Gonski.
Thanks very much, Joe. The Cubs are up in Montreal, finishing up that series with the Expos. They return on Friday to take on the Cardinals. Leon Durham beat the team home. He came to Chicago today for x-rays, and they revealed some torn ligaments in his right thumb. He is out for the season. Here are the highlights from the Cubs' 6-1 loss to the Expos. The Expos playing this one under protest due to an umpire's decision on a base-running play. Here's Ron Say grounding into the double play. The run scores in the first inning. It was 1-0. Now, in the second, this is Doug Flynn with the ground ball up the middle. A lot of high-bouncing singles, and the Expos tied it up at 1. Gary Carter scoring. This is Steve Rogers helping his own cause with that single to right. Expos lead 2-1. Now, here's Tim Raines, still in the same inning. A double over third. Flynn and Rogers score. The Expos lead 4-1 in the second inning. There's Rogers beating the relay to the plate. Now, in the 6th inning, Terry Francona with his first home run of the year. This all came off Dickie Knowles to right field. Expos led 5-1. In the bottom of the 7th, Gary Carter, another of those high-bouncing singles up the middle on that AstroTurf. Trio scores 6-1 Expos, and that was the final score. Expos a winner, 6-1. There you have Rogers winning his 17th. Now Joe and Gus back at Comiskey Park have more Major League scores for you.
Fontenot and the Yankees leading the Brewers 5-0. Baltimore over Boston. Kansas City a run over Seattle. And the first pitch is looped into left field, a base hit by Donnie Hill, leading off the 5th inning for the A's. So Hill, who drove in their run with a sacrifice fly to left, jumps on Kuzman's first offering and comes up with his first hit in the series. Now hit safely in 10 out of the last 12 games. It's only the 3rd hit off Jerry. A couple of little pop fly dunkers and a little ground ball single. Rose struck out his first time up. He's going to bunt. Pulls it down the first base side. Pachorik will have to make the throw to Julio Cruz covering. That'll be a 3-4 sacrifice bunt. It was successful. Let's take another look at it.
Laid down a good bunt there. He really turned that bat around in a hurry. You can see it right there at the last minute. Good bunt by Gross, and as slow as he is, he was down there in pretty much of a big hurry. Otherwise, everybody else was slow. Of course, Julio was over there.
We didn't really react very well on that play. Kuzman has had trouble fielding. In fact, the bunt has really done as much to undo him the last 2 or 3 outings as anything. And Pachorik had to come all the way in to make that play, and he wasn't exactly there in a hurry either.
Yeah, the ball hit that grass and slowed down, but he really turned that bat around and, you know, to pull it down to the line.
So the lead run, Hill at second with 1 out. Here's Tony Phillips, and a fastball is just a bit high and away. Other scores, the Rangers up over the Twins in the 5th at Arlington. Cleveland won the first game, trailing the Tigers 1-0 in the 5th in the second game. There's the Montreal win over the Cubs, Phillies leading New York, and the Pirates trailing St. Louis in the 5th at St. Louis. That St. Louis ball game, that's Rick Rhoden against the youngster Cox for the Cardinals. Hebner is homered for the Pirates run. Later on tonight, Houston at San Diego. It'll be Nolan Ryan, 13-6 for the Astros against 13-game winner Eric Shaw for the Padres. Cincinnati at Los Angeles, Pastore against left-hander Jerry Royce, who's evened up at 10-10 after a slow start for the Dodgers. And Atlanta at San Francisco. Pascual Perez against a youngster by the name of Garrett, I guess. Atlanta trailing the Dodgers by a game. The count to Phillips.
Phillips thought he was going on the first bus. He'll have to wait a minute, though.
I can't read this writing. I'm not sure how it's spelled because I'm not unfamiliar with the name. Gerals. Scott Gerals pitching for the Giants tonight. Oh, that ball got through Koosman, and it's going to score the lead run. Rudy with a throw to the plate, and it's cut off. Jerry just couldn't quite get down quickly enough, and the ball scooted under his glove and out over second base. Again, it wasn't hit all that hard, but Tony Phillips drives in his 31st run of the year.
Looked like it just took a little short hop on Coos. He didn't get the glove down at all on it. Ball went right on by him. Made a swipe at it. Of course, the grass was a little heavy from all the rain, and it slowed down quite a bit.
So the A's are back on top by a run. They have produced 4 singles, none of which has been hit hard off Koosman, but they've been perfectly placed, and they have turned them into a couple of runs. Although that's the first earned run in the game. Still only 1 out. Henderson walked, stole a base his last time up. He was going to butt there, ran up and takes a pitch for a strike. Two to 1, the A's lead here in the 5th. Phillips at first with 1 out. Steve Boros, rookie manager, former infielder, had his best year in the majors with the Tigers, was with the Cubs briefly in his career. He is supposed to be the new young cerebral manager. That seems to be a popular phrase you hear on sports programs, reading the sports pages occasionally. Because he has a degree in literature from the University of Michigan and happens to read, they call him cerebral. He kind of has fun with it. I guess baseball managers aren't supposed to have A.B. degrees in literature or law degrees. It's branched off into other coaching areas. Paul Westhead was a cerebral coach. He couldn't put the ball in the hole, though. Actually, the Bulls scored enough to win most ball games, but they didn't stop anybody.
I imagine I could have a lot of fun with that at the Rotary clubs and so forth. They wouldn't know what the hell I was talking about, but
Joey Angio just wrote me a note. Westhead is now an ex-cerebral coach. Or a cerebral
better to have been once than never.
Yeah. Fouled away. 2-2 to Henderson. Actually, that should be a cerebral ex-coach.
If I said that down in Nokomis, they would say, "Oh my Lord, the poor fellow didn't know he had a head injury."
Wouldn't know what the cause of death was, cerebral.
Yeah. No, I say he lost and somebody shot him.
Well, the Yankees are bombing the Brew Crew tonight. 5-0 in the 4th at County Stadium behind young left-hander Ray Fontenot. 2-2 pitch. Henderson slices it foul upstairs right under the luxury boxes on the first base side. Count holds at 2-2. By the way, tomorrow night is a makeup ball game. Not originally scheduled. It was an off day, but the Angels are here tomorrow night to make up for the only game that was postponed by the weather here at Comiskey Park so far this year. And it'll be Richard Dotson trying for his 17th win and his 5th in a row against the big, tall right-hander who has won 4 without a loss in his major league career against the White Sox, Mike Witt, who is 7-11 this year. There's Phillips' numbers. 12 out of 15. Excellent percentage. Oh, they got it picked off. High throw, but they still get the tag down in time. And Phillips is going to squat. Nice pickoff move by Kuzman as Pachorik kind of moved off the bag.
Yeah, Pachorik played that well. He come in on the edge of the grass so he wouldn't have the runner between him and second base where the shortstop was covering. I don't know what Phillips was talking about because it looked like he's got him in plenty of time there. He did not. He waited till he slid into the glove. That's what Phillips was talking about.
Throw was high, but Fletcher got it down. That pitch is just outside. Ball 3 and strike 2 to Henderson. Well, if it puts him on, might as well wave him to second and bear down on Allman.
From all appearances, though, he got his hands on the glove before Scotty tagged him in the chest.
Yeah, he might have. But there again, that's the old theory. When they pick you off and the ball's there, you're almost automatically out. High, ball 4, and so Henderson comes up with his 2nd walk of the game, his 89th of the year. And again, we'll have a little cat and mouse game between Ricky Henderson and Jerry Kuzman.
And 9 times out of 10, when you get picked off like that, the next man will walk. You would have been on second base anyway, and it was a total loss.
So with 2 out, Ricky Henderson aboard, and here's Allman. Billy is struck out and tapped to the mound, and Tony La Russa comes out of the dugout for a quick word with Kuzman and Carlton Fisk. There's nothing really wrong with the way Kuzman is throwing the ball tonight. He's had excellent location on his change-up and his slow curve and his quick curve and his hard slider, and he spotted his fastball well. They had not hit him hard at all. Tony might have just gone out to just say, hey, just pitch to Allman. Get Allman out. Don't worry about Henderson. He's going to go. He's going to go.
There's something different about this. You know, something has changed. I didn't hear all the boos when Tony turned around and came back to the dugout this time.
Well, they've laid off of him this homestand. After winning 6 out of 7 in the last homestand, going out on the road and continuing to roll, I think even the most pessimistic fans have realized this club is a Western Division pennant winner of 1983, and I'm not sure all of them maybe have changed their minds on Tony La Russa, but at least they've called a moratorium until the playoffs. How can you boo a guy that's leading his division by 14 games? Well, Kuzman misses low again. 2-0 now to Allman.
Where did they put the flag they're waving? They put it downtown, or they put it out behind the field, or within our field here?
What flag is that?
The surrender flag. Would the fans surrender or Tony surrender? Or the telephone group.
There goes Ricky in the pitch of ball. Good throw! Not quite in time. A quick tag, but he tagged him, it looked like, on the back of the leg at just about the time he made that head-first belly flop on top of the base.
Well, he had to make a perfect one to get him. He got it off to the side and just a little bit high. Again, speed wins out. Now, here he comes again to view from center field. And had he just pushed Henderson's feet off the base, he might have had him because he slid all the way. He was toes on the bag when he stopped. Last year, twice, he had stolen third and got tagged out against the White Sox when he overslid the bag. You're absolutely right. That happens to him occasionally. Now Fletcher's going to play a little hide-and-seek behind the base runner. Time is called. Allman backs out of there. Ball 3 to Bill Allman. Pitch was high. Joe, the other night here, some fans said it all. They put a big sign, white sign, over the bleacher wall out there and said, Manager of the Year, case is closed. That's it. 3-0 pitch to Allman. Strike at the knees. Well, Tony is going to run no worse than second. I have to think that Joe Altobelli is going to get a lot of consideration from the Eastern Division, particularly if Baltimore hangs on to win it. Although, I'd have to say Baltimore had a better club at the beginning of the year than the White Sox did. Throw to third, and Henderson just stole his third base. That was a strike to Allman. The count is full, 3-2 to Billy Allman. And now Henderson has pilfered second and stolen third. Give him 3 on the night, 96 on the year. What did I tell you a while ago? When you walk him, you might as well walk a double, and half the time he'll go from there to third. He had just done that. got a base on ball, stole second, stole third. There he is stealing third, and he beat the throw there.
Full count, meanwhile, to Bill Allman, who's been privy to all this from the batter's box. Now Koosman will go back to his windup. And Allman steps out.
It's easier to steal third, especially with a right-hand batter up the plate, than it is to steal second, because you can get a better jump most of the time.
You know how to stop Henderson? Base hit left field. He's going to score, and it's 3-1 Oakland. Bill Allman, solid line drive hit to left field, driving in his 57th run of the year. Well, you couldn't have worked that out any better if you're Oakland.
No. That does it for him. Puts them ahead by 2. And that's hit number 5 for the Oakland A's.
That's a stolen run. Well, the way to stop Henderson's just make sure somebody's on first base.
Well, you got to go down the line and get somebody slow.
The big right-hander, Dick Tidrow, is up and throwing. Pitch is high and away to Heath. He is struck out, bounced to second. A 2-run inning here, and doggone it, Koosman still throwing the ball pretty good. That hit by Allman was the first real solid hit the A's have had tonight. The others have just been in the right spot. But Allman lined a good, solid, clean hit to left. It's his 112th hit of the year. He had a fine year at Oakland. He has 24 stolen bases in 31 attempts, so he stole more bases than the Red Sox this year. Foul back, 1-1 to count to Heath. Ricky Henderson with 3 tonight. Now with 96, he's going to go over the 100 stolen base mark for the 3rd consecutive year. Allman has 24. Lopes is 21 at 25, and he's almost 40. One ball and 1 strike to count. 3-1 Oakland here in the 5th inning. It's been a long and a frustrating inning for Koosman. 40-year-old left-hander, 16 years in the big leagues. Change is low. Ball 2 and strike 1. There was a game rained out last night. The Astros are rained out down in Atlanta. Now that's going to have to be made up. That's a key ball game with Atlanta trailing the Dodgers by only 1. And Houston 6.5 out, a distant 3rd in the West. Not sure where they'll make that up. They might have to play it in the Dome in Houston if Atlanta goes in there for one more trip. The Braves are in San Francisco tonight. But they made up yesterday's rain out in Cleveland tonight as part of a doubleheader with the Tigers, and Cleveland won the first game, the Indians, 7-1. And the Basement Ball Club has now won 9 out of their last 11 and 6 in a row. Ball 3 and strike 1 to Heath. Now Koosman's getting himself into a mess here. He's had to throw a lot of pitches in this inning. It's been a lengthy inning. A pickoff, a couple of stolen bases, a lot of throws to first. 3-1 pitch, runner going, ball 4, he walked him. That's his 3rd walk. That evens up the strikeouts and walks, and that just might finish it. 2 men on now with Lopes due up. Tidrow should be ready if needed. Again, until Koosman walked these 2 batters, he really hadn't pitched all that badly, and now Tony's coming out. But Jerry has really struggled in the last 7 or 8 outings. He had that one real good ball game and pitched well enough to win one other time. Other than that, he's had trouble getting past the 3rd or 4th inning. Boy, look at him. He's wringing wet.
Well, that is going to be all for him, Joe.
Yeah, that's a 2nd trip. So Koosman fails to go 5 again tonight. He works 4 2/3 and leaves trailing the ball game 3-1. So Tidrow gets the call. It's been a while since we've seen Tidrow in the ball game, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Tonight's Break in the Action sweepstakes winner is Gene Chapsky of Calumet City, Illinois.
Jerry Koosman is out of the ball game. He pitched 4 2/3 innings, gave up 3 runs so far, 5 hits, walked 3 batters, and he struck out 3. Koos had a tough time of it last couple innings. He made 82 pitches. Coming in to relieve Kuzman is Tidrow. Dick Tidrow, the right-hander. Big, tall guy, comes with that big high kick and that sidearm flip and puts a lot of effort into it. He's 1-2 and lost 3 this year with an earned average of 3.59. Tidrow is making his 46th appearance. He started 1 ball game for the Sox. He also has 7 saves to go along with the 2 wins he's got. 85 in a 3rd inning, giving up 75 hits, 41 runs, 34 of them earned. The home run ball has been one of his downfalls. He's given up 11 home runs, hit only 1 batter, walked 32, and he struck out 64. He's tough on right-handers. He'll come on here to pitch to Davey Lopes, who is 0 for 2 tonight so far.
Tidrow won a game and lost a game in that first West Coast road trip. In fact, both of his wins came in that West Coast road trip. He got the victory in relief in that first ball game at California, the one that Dotson got knocked out in early, and the Sox rallied to take a 4-run lead, then watched the Angels tie it in the 9th and then win it in the 10th, 12-11. And Tidrow lost a 16-inning affair the following weekend in Oakland. He was a losing pitcher in the Sox longest tilt of the year, inning-wise. And then he came back to get the win in relief in the first game of that doubleheader sweep Sunday. So even though he's 2-3 on the year, he's 1-1 against Oakland's 7-7 lifetime. He'll face Davey Lopes here with runners at first and second, 2 out and 2 in. The A's have taken a 3-1 lead here, top half of the 5th inning, although the Sox still lead in the hit count, 6-5. 2 of the 3 runs off Kuzman, just departed, are earned. Slider low and away, a nice backhanded grab by Fisk. Well, Fernando Arroyo pitched a 5-hit shutout for the Denver Bears tonight, and they won the first game of the 7-game Little League World Series. I'm to say Little League, the American Association Little World Series at Louisville tonight. They beat the Louisville Cardinals 1-0. And that's the first of the best of 7. The Bears were the regular season Western Division champions in the American Association. The Cardinals, with a better record, won the East, and so they had the home field advantage. But Denver won it tonight, 1-0. First game of the championship series. Foul ball in the dirt, 2-1 the count to Davey Lopes. Tidrow trying to get out of the inning with any further damage prevented.
Well, if he could get a hold ahead of Davey Lopes and keep him from getting a hold of one of those inside pitches, have him. Davey will chase outside pitch, and especially coming from a sidearmer.
2-1 delivery on the way. Ground ball, base hit. They had the infield pull way around to the left, and he hit that one right past Scott Fletcher into the normal shortstop position. Runners at first and third. Lopes drives in his 3rd run of the series, his 62nd of the year, and it's 4-1. That run charged to Kuzman.
Pitch is about knee-high and down inside where he likes it off left-handers, and so he pulls it right into the hole in left center. Hit the ball good.
Bob Kearney singled and scored in the 2nd inning. He was the first base runner against Kuzman tonight after Jerry had retired the first 5. That run was unearned. Last time up, he flied to center, so Kearney is 1 for 2 tonight and in the series. Did not play at either one of the first 2 games. He takes low ball. There's the lead runner at 3rd, Mike Heath, and over at first with an RBI single, veteran Davey Lopes. Well, Kuzman's ERA is going to jump again. It was over 5 for the year starting tonight. It's got to be close to 7 now since the All-Star break. But Jerry appeared to have better location and more command tonight than he had in the last couple of outings. Swing and a miss on a pitch down around the knees. Kuzman could have been much more fortunate tonight than he was. stolen base total. 1-1 the count. So to first, Davies back. Kearney is the 8th man to bat in this, the 5th inning. Lopes is going, swing and a miss. Bad throw, and another run will score. There's an error on Fisk. And over to third goes Lopes. I am amazed he threw that ball. Absolutely amazed. Well, I guess we were due for one of these.
I guess so. It was a good pitch. Down a low pitch, but he threw it high down to second base. There comes the runner in. So the Sox are going to have to come back here even more so than Oakland did last night. They got a little longer to go now, but they're still 4 down.
That closes the book on Koosman. That is an unearned run, unless Kearney singles here. If he gets a hit, then the run will be earned. 1-2 pitch. Slider outside and low, 2-2. 3 errors on the White Sox tonight. I can't recall the last game they had 3 errors. It's been a long, long time. They went 50 games at one stretch since the All-Star break with only 21 errors. They picked up a few now in the last 8 or 10 ball games. 2-2 pitch. Check swing, loop foul. Back out of play. Well, Danny Evans, our computer genius, just tells us that Jerry Koosman's ERA on the year now, 5.21. And again, it has skyrocketed since the All-Star break. 4-run 5th inning here for the A's. There's another shattered bat and a little pop-up, a spinner to Scott Fletcher for the 3rd out. But the A's score 4 times, 4 hits, all of them singles, a couple of walks. There was another error, one of the runs unearned. We go into the bottom of the 5th inning here. The A's lead it 5-1. Worked 4 2/3 innings, gave up 5 runs, 3 were earned on 5 hits, struck out 3, walked 3. And Gorman Heimuller, who gave up 6 hits in the first 3 innings with only 1 run, now has himself a 5-1 lead going into the bottom of the 5th. He'll face Cruz, Law, and Fisk. Well, the last time the White Sox had 3 boots in a ball game was against the Detroit Tigers on the 3rd of August. Kittle had a pair in that game, and the Sox lost it 6-3. It's been well over a month. There's a base hit to left field for Julio Cruz. A solid rip. Not too bad the little guy couldn't have delivered that the last time up when the bases were loaded, but he leads off the 5th inning here, and maybe that'll get the Sox on a roll. He hit into that double play the last time.
Jumped right into that. It was a pitch about knee high, and he pounced on it. As Joe stated many times, I guess we all have a bit at a time or so, he's a more aggressive hitter, right-handed. Attacks the ball.
You know, it's amazing to me the way this Heimuller gets himself in trouble. He seems to pitch a lot better with 2 or 3 men on than he does leading off an inning. Here's Rudy Law. He grounded out in the 1st, singled and scored the Sox run in the 3rd. Also picked up a stolen base, his 67th, and motored the 3rd when the throw went through. Turned out that run was unearned. Only run so far off Heimuller. Strike is called, 0-1. Gorman has struck out 2. He hasn't walked anybody. Sox need a rally, down 5-1 here. Bottom of the 5th inning. A's, in their final game of the year here at Chicago, would like to win their 2nd game in 6 starts at Comiskey Park. Over but low, a ball and a strike. Sox and the A's will have 3 left in Oakland on the last road trip of the year, a 10-gamer. Sox, after closing out the home portion of the schedule, will finish at California, Oakland, and then Seattle. There's Julio's numbers. He's 3rd in the league in steals behind his teammate Rudy Law and Oakland's Ricky Henderson. Ground ball comes up, and Phillips gets a 2nd try and throws him out. Now, are they going to call Cruz out? They are. It hit Julio Cruz.
And the ball is dead.
Yeah, and that means Rudy Law will be the runner at first, and he'll be given credit for a hit.
He hit it hard. Julio was a-going.
Looked like it ticked his heel.
He's gone.
Now that gives Rudy a hit.
Gives him a hit, but it gives Julio a lump on the leg. Looks like it got him on the heel and bounced up into the air.
The putout will be registered to Phillips. Well, Rudy Law hit it hard, but right at. Unfortunately, Cruz, who was trying to shield the ball from Phillips, and waited a bit too long to move out of the way. So Rudy has his second hit of the ball game and his 9th in the series. But now with one out, there's a runner at first. And Carlton Fisk, who has singled and struck out, standing in. He's 1 for 2. Off-speed breaking ball, a bit low and outside, ball 1. Well, they haven't put the hit up on the board yet, but it is a base hit. That's 8 hits for the White Sox. Low, ball 2.
Rudy has hit the ball pretty hard off his left hand.
Yes, he has. Well, Baltimore won again tonight, 5-2 over the Red Sox. Baltimore has now won 2 in a row and 13 of the last 15. Looks like it's going to be the White Sox and the Orioles for the '83 American League Championship. That series, a best of 5, will start in Baltimore. No travel date. It'll be a Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, if needed, here at Comiskey Park. Strike call, slow breaking ball over knee high, 2-1. Certainly can't dispute the fact that if Baltimore wins it, the 2 best pitching staffs will be in the playoffs. I don't think there's any question about that, at least in the American League. 2-1 the count. Miller back over to first base. Lazy fly ball to right. Heath jogging in. Kind of took a circle the wagons approach. 2 gone. The Brewers, when you compare the schedules of the top 4 contenders in the Eastern Division, the Brewers can still do it. But they've got to do it themselves, and they'll have 7 opportunities. They're going to play a 4-gamer in Baltimore next weekend, this coming weekend, and 3 the following weekend at County Stadium. So for those 7 dates, if they win about 5 or 6 of them, they would erase that 4-game lead. They're losing to the Yankees tonight, Milwaukee. Pachoik takes a breaking ball, that backdoor slider in the outside corner for a call strike.
Looked like on that pitch, Pachoik had his eye on that right field and that open hole on the infield there. Apparently eyeballing the right side.
0-1 the count. Miller goes to first. You know, wouldn't it be ironic? You know, Milwaukee had the lead last year going down to the wire. Went into Baltimore, final weekend of the season. All they needed was 1 win in 4 games. Baltimore won the first 3, and so the whole ball of wax was decided the final day. Swing and a miss. Throw back, but Allman was a bit off the bag and inside the line. Would it be something of the same thing happened in reverse this year, where the Orioles have the big lead and Brewers have come back, get down to the final game and lose it? Stranger things have happened.
You'd have a short trip to the playoffs, wouldn't you?
Oh, I'd love to see Milwaukee in it. I think from our standpoint, it would be marvelous. Well, Pachoik just dumps one into left field. That'll fall in front of Henderson. He just kind of flipped the bat at the ball. And Pachoik now has a 2-hit ball game. He has extended his hitting string to 7 straight. That's 3 more hits in this inning. 9 in the game. Runners at first and second with 2 out. And here's Lazinski. Oh, for the long one here.
Yeah, the bull has been idle for a time or so, so now's the time for him to come around. And by the way, Kittle is behind his one-a-day routine.
Just one a day. Hadn't had his home run filled today.
That's right. Just like they got the target set for him out there.
9 hits. All singles. One of them a called hit when Julio Cruz, the base runner, was hitting the heel on the ball off Rudy Law's bat in this inning. 2 on, 2 out. And Lazinski takes a bit lower ball. Break fly to medium center in the first. Struck out swinging on a changeup breaking ball his last time up. The 102nd time he has struck out this year. Both he and Kittle have gone over the century mark in strikeouts. Kittle, as a matter of fact. Outside of ball, 2-0. Now, Heimmuller hasn't been behind too often. He certainly isn't superstitious. He wears the number 13. There are maybe a handful of major leaguers that will wear the number 13. For a long time, nobody would wear it. Superstition or whatever. 2-0 the count to Lazinski. Sox down by 4 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Bluff throw. Phillips never did cover the bag. Yeah, Jerry Koosman got off to a good start tonight, but didn't have that real good pitching luck. There's a swing and a miss. Boy, there was a tough pitch down and away. That screwball he turned over. One of the young called up. Burt Bradley is heating up. Now, veteran left-hander Tommy Underwood is up. Well, you saw a bunch of new names last night. Swing and a miss. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I'm telling you, this Heimmuller, he performs when there's imminent danger.
You got to give him credit for that.
I'll tell you, if he's a cat, he's used up 6 lives already in this game. 2 pitch to Lazinski, foul back. He had a rip. Still 2-2. Yankees are murdering the Brewers tonight, 7-0 in the 6th inning at County Stadium. The Yankees have won 7 out of 10 despite their loss last night. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Lazinski comes through with a base hit, and it might go through. It gets by Henderson, and they're going to hold the runner at third. Lazinski goes to second with a double, his 20th of the year, and it's a 5-2 Oakland lead. The 10th hit of the night with the first extra base hit off Heimmuller. And for the Bull, his 80th run batted in this year.
The Bull got his pitch, and I'm surprised he's trying to get a base hit and get something going here, and he did. Got a couple of runners on now and caused a little disturbance over
of the year. Paid attendance here tonight, 21,887. 21887. I believe the White Sox just gone over the 1.8 million mark in attendance. No, not quite. 1,754,786 for the year. Each and every fan they draw adds to that new single season Sox record, new single season attendance record for the city of Chicago. Murphy singled in the second. Last time up, he flied to left, foul territory after Baines dropped a foul fly near the low box seat railing out beyond the tarp roll down the right field side. One of 2 errors charged to Harold tonight, 3 to the White Sox. 2-0 the count. Tidrow in relief of Koosman got the final out after giving up a hit in that 4-run 5th inning for the A's. Ball 3 to Murphy. Oakland sent 8 men to the plate in the 5th inning. 3-0 the count. Murphy leading it off. He'll be followed by Donnie Hill and Wayne Gross here in the top half of the 6th inning. Fastball strike, Leonard high. 3-1. The Royals are leading the Mariners 3-2 in the 8th inning at Kansas City. They have won only one ball game in their last 10. High fly ball, straightaway center. Rudy drifts back and over a bit. And he's got it for the first out. Our next televised White Sox game will be right here tomorrow night when the Sox take on the Angels at 7:30, right here on Sports Vision, your box seat ticket to exciting Chicago area sports. Tomorrow's pitchers, Mike Witt, who has never lost to the White Sox. He is 4-0 lifetime against Richard Dotson, who will be shooting for his 17th win of the year and 5th in a row. Now Donnie Hill, the little shortstop, will turn around bat left-handed. Only a 197 sticker from the left side. Like Julio Cruz, he appears to be a much better right-handed hitter. Flares a little pop foul. Long, hard run for Vance Law. Skids short. Just didn't have enough time to get over there. But he made a valiant effort. So the count is 0-1. He may have picked up a cinder or two of that scrawl on the warning track.
He made a great effort, and I think he might have left a little skin on the ground over there.
0-1 to count. By the way, we told you about Fan Appreciation Day. Drawings for all those marvelous prizes. And I believe that they're going to award all kinds of special prizes to the designated 2 millionth fan to attend. And some of those prizes are going to be just unbelievable. Foul back. Good cut. 2 strikes. Well, then on Saturday, in that final home weekend of the year with the Mariners, want to bring your youngsters out before the ball game because you'll get some expert baseball instruction from Scott Fletcher, Mark Hill, Richard Dotson, Ron Kittle, and base coach Davey Nelson. Gate 1 will be open at 4:30 for those who wish to participate in the clinic. The clinic will last from 5 until 6. That's Saturday night, September 17th. The Mariners in town for the final weekend. Hey, he got a hold of that one. High, deep drive, right field. Baines at the wall. It's gone. It hits the facade of the upper deck. And that little guy really turned on one and cranked it out of here. His second major league home run, and 12 off Tidrow this year. Didn't take the A's long to get the run back. It's 6-2 Oakland.
No, and he certainly surprised everybody with that 197 batting average left-handed. Coming on here, he really gets a hold of one, jacks it out of here just below the belt. A uppercut swing. And he got it all. Hit the top of the upper deck. The bottom of the upper deck, at least, and some fan there trying to catch it from down below, and he fell in the aisle.
High pop-up off the bat of Wayne Gross. Foul territory. Pudge has it, and there's 2 gone. Second major league home run, 11th RBI of the year for Donnie Hill. He now has 2 RBIs and make that 12 RBIs on the year for him now, and he has 2 tonight and a 2-for-2 ball game plus a sacrifice fly, so he's done all right. 2 out. Here's Phillips. He singled in a run in the 5th inning. He's 1 for 2. Well, it's amazing number of home runs Tidrow has served up this year. Swing and a miss. Good fastball. Seven hits for the A's. The Sox have 10. The A's lead it by 4 runs here, 6-2. Swinging strike 2. You know, even in last night's ball game, Gus, they pecked away and pecked away and pecked away. Had the tying run at 3rd in the 9th inning. They only left 2 men on. They made the most out of just about every opportunity afforded them last night. Still lost.
You're right. They just kept sneaking up on you.
Mike Warren is now heating up in the Oakland bullpen. Tidrow misses inside, knee high. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Like Tidrow and Carlton Fisk both were fooled on that pitch. They thought they had him. Well, he makes, you know, some pitches that really should make. Of course, to a left-hander, he's at a disadvantage with that sidearm pitch.
Up and in, 2-2 now to Phillips.
Should be a great advantage to right-handers, although he Lopes one a while ago that I just couldn't understand. Lopes likes the hit left-handers. He likes the pitch coming in on him, and Tidrow give him that sinker inside on him, and he pounced on it. Foul back. By all that is normal, Lopes really should have been falling away, though. But the ball sunk in on him, and it just made it just right for him.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Tony Phillips. Chokes up on the handle of that bat. Well, he's gripping it down at the end of the knob this time around.
Oh, he's going for the bump.
Yeah, I guess. He's hungry, huh? Look at that sit-down stance. All the way. Sliced that one upstairs on the third base side. Still 2-2. 6-2. The Oakland A's leading it here in the 6th inning. 3 Sox miscues tonight. 2 unearned runs charged to Kuzman. And I guess the team in general was due for one of these less than phenomenal performances. Oh, he hit that one a mile. Baines going back to the wall. It's gone. Halfway up into the lower deck and right. And 2 pop gun hitters, Hill and Phillips, both switch hitters, have taken Tidrow deep here in the 6th inning. It's 7-2 Oakland. That's number 4 for Phillips and his 2nd RBI. Give him 32 on the year.
Well, you expect the big guys to do it, but not the little guys. One batting 250, the other one batting 241. Phillips batting 256. He's better left-handed than right-handed. And he gets all of it. I guess he went down on the end of that bat for a purpose. He hit it quite as far as Hill did. Went far enough, though, for a home run.
Ricky Henderson has walked his last 2 times up and has 3 stolen bases tonight. That pitch is inside. Officially 0 for 1. He rounded out to Vance Law in the 1st inning. But Rojas is up and throwing now. I tell you, several of us were talking about a possible roster change. The White Sox could still make one more roster change for the playoffs and possible World Series, and that is with Kevin Hickey. Hickey, being on the disabled list, is eligible to come back on and be eligible for postseason play. That pitch almost hit Henderson in the knee. 2-1. And of course, then who do you delete? And it was narrowed down before the ball game. Just possibilities, mind you. Stegman is a possibility if you decide to go with Rudy Law in all those games. But you take away your reserve outfielder. And really it boiled down to a matter of numbers, and Tidrow's name came popping up. 3-1 the count. And then, of course, there's also a possibility it might be Rodriguez. Although they signed him purposely prior to the August 31st midnight deadline so that he would be eligible for postseason play. So those are the 3 names that are the most likely that would be bumped if indeed they reactivate Kevin Hickey and put him on their 25-man playing roster for the playoffs. Here's the payoff pitch to Henderson. Foul ball at the plate. Still 3-2. Needless to say, we're not making that decision, but you can guess just along with anybody else if you know who's on the roster. Not be a clear-cut decision at any rate. 3-2 to Ricky Henderson. 2 runs in here in the 6th on home runs by Hill and Phillips. He hits that one a long way down the right field side, but it's going to drift foul. So the count holds at 3-2 to Henderson. Tidrow, for the most part, at least in the second half of the year, has been more effective in a long inning role. Several times he's come on early in the ball game and pitched 3, 4, 5 shutout innings. High fly ball right field. That's going to be shorter than that. Cruz drifting out, and he hangs on to it to retire the side. But the A's scored 2 more runs on solos by Donnie Hill and Tony Phillips, and we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. The A's with a 7-2 lead.
You must remember, friend.
Well, Gus, we got a new pitcher.
Yes, we do. Mike Warren has come in to replace Heimmuller. And he'll come in here with the Oakland A's leading by a score of 7-2. He's a right-hander, big, tall right-hander. He's won one so far this year and lost 3. Earned run average is not overwhelming, 5.74. This is his 8th game. He has started 5 games for the Oakland A's, pitched only 31 in the 3rd inning, giving up 33 hits and 22 runs. 20 of them earned, giving up 2 home runs. He has walked 10 batters, struck out 11, and he's hit 2. Come on here and pitch to Vance Law, the 3rd baseman for the Sox.
All right. Heimuller allowed just 1 earned run on 10 hits, although 2 runs scored in 5 innings. He threw 84 pitches. Mike Warren lost his first major league game to the White Sox in that 12-10 fracas. The first game of that doubleheader on the 12th of June. He came on in relief and gave up 2 runs on 3 hits in an inning in the 3rd. Vance Law to lead it off. He's got a bunt single and a fly ball to center. Almost hit it, ball 1. Heimuller was in trouble every inning but the 4th. Wasn't in much trouble in the 1st, but he was in the 2nd. Bases loaded, nobody out, Sox wouldn't score. They got a run in the 2nd, although he struck out the side. They had a big chance in the 5th. Couldn't get it done. 2-0 the count. So it's Heimuller's game to win, and Warren's to try to get a save for him. Strike call. Good pitch inside corner. 2-1 the count. Foul back, 2-2.
Well, the Sox couldn't do anything with the left-hander. Maybe they'll get wound up here on the right-hander. Maybe.
The 2-2 pitch. Slider and a little looper taken by the first baseman, Bill Allman. Another reminder, following tonight's game, Sports Vision will present Game 1 of the North American Soccer League playoffs with a sting in the Golden Bay Earthquakes from San Jose. That'll be it in its entirety. Howard Balson will be there to call the play-by-play. That's the NASL playoffs. Game 1 tonight, the sting in the Golden Bay Earthquakes following our telecast here. Scott Fletcher stepping in. Breaking ball, ball 1. That game out in Oakland is Warren's only previous appearance against the White Sox, and that was his major league debut. He came on in relief and was a losing pitcher. 2-0 the count to Scott Fletcher, who has flied to right and grounded to second tonight in 2 tries. 1 hit and 5 at-bats in the series so far. Strike called inside corner, 2-1. Seven to 2. The Oakland A's with a 5-run lead. They're in the bottom of the 6th. Bouncer to short, and it's booted by Donnie Hill, and that'll go for his 8th error in this his 40th ball game. Well, he's not supposed to hit home runs. Maybe it caught up with him in the field there. He was still thinking about that ball he hit into the upper deck.
Yeah, maybe they have a little something going here now. They can't play behind the right-hand pitcher. We need something to go for us.
Well, if they ever find
Tried to rock-a-bye baby, that one.
if they ever find a videotape in this ball game in a cornerstone somewhere, a century or 2 from now, this won't exactly be a memorable ball game to put in there. 5 errors so far tonight, 2 for the A's. Julio Cruz has bounced into a 5-3 double play, took the Sox out of a bases loaded, nobody out situation in the 2nd when they failed to score. Last time up, he singled, so he's 1 for 2, and he takes a pitch wide.
Yeah, somebody look at the tape and say, is that the way they played it in those days?
On some nights. That pitch is low ball, but I'll tell you what, you could put about any one of the last 15 ball games in one of those time capsules, and you would have yourself a dandy of a ball game to watch. Sox have played just almost flawless defense, timely hitting, excellent pitching. High and away, ball 3. Warren pitching from behind all 3 hitters here, and he's behind Julio, 3-0. You're going to have a night when all seems to go wrong, and so far it's been one of those games. There's a strike, 3-1. Rangers got a win tonight. Charlie Huff shut out the Minnesota Twins down in Arlington 3-0 tonight. Huff, the knuckleballing right-hander, with a shutout over the Twins. 3-1 pitch, strike 2 called outside corner. Seemed to be some dispute about that, at least to some of the umpires behind the screen.
Yeah, they want a second opinion, but I don't think they're going to get it.
The Angels beat the Blue Jays tonight 9-6 at Toronto. Ball 4. That pitch didn't miss by much. So Warren walks Cruz, and following the error on Fletcher's ground ball, the Sox now have 2 men on with 1 out. Only the second walk given to the Sox. Heimiller walked 1 just before he was lifted. He managed to struggle his way through that 5th inning, and that was enough. Well, there's Rudy Law. He's 2 for 3, although his second hit would have been a ground ball out to Phillips at second, but it hit Julio Cruz in the heel as he flashed by in front of the infielder, and so Cruz was called out for base runner interference, and Rudy was given credit for a hit. That gives him 9 hits so far to 3 games in this series. His average is now up to 290. Off-speed curve, blowing inside, ball 1. Now Dave Beard, a right-hander, is up and throwing for the first time, and Tommy Underwood, a left-hander, is up for the 2nd straight inning in the Oakland pen. Looks like we got a little stall job going on out there. There's Underwood, the little left-hander, on your right, and Beard, the right-hander, on your left. Rudy's going to bunt, fouls it back. He's trying to bunt his way on, of course. I guess he figured if Vance Law could do it, Scott Fletcher could do it, or Harold Baines could do it, he could do it, or at least try it. A ball and a strike here. Warren rubbing up a new ball. Mike Warren from Inglewood, California, home of the Lakers. Now lives in Garden Grove, which is another one of those West Coast LA area bedroom communities. He was 15-4 at Modesto last year. Rudy wheels it foul, high twisting pop fly, and it's just out of reach. Well, let me tell you, Bill Allman got acquainted with a couple of Sox fans real quick there. He almost jumped into the first row. It just came up a bit short, so Rudy will have another hack at the plate to count as 1 ball and 2 strikes.
They might have interfered with that just a little bit. I was watching Billy, and he was a little bit upset with him. Of course, they're all reaching for the ball. And
he was in their territory there. That's all right.
He wouldn't have got to it. It was out of his reach.
Hey, a fan's entitled to try to catch a ball that's coming down right on top of his head. If it comes over that railing, there's no argument there. The player goes in there at his own risk. When a fan reaches out over that wall, down below the wall, or in the right or left field corners here, and touches a ball that's in play, that I can't understand at all. One and 2 the count to Rudy Law. Sox trying to battle back here. Need a big rally. Rudy fouls it away. Just slapped at it. Still 1 and 2 the count. Well, Cleveland just took the lead in the second game after 8, or in the 8th inning, 3-1 over the Tigers. They won the first game 7-1. Well, that double crusher tonight will just about take care of the Tigers. Base hit right field, and Rudy comes up with his third hit of the ball game, and they're going to hold. Oh! Overrunning the ball in right field is Heath. So Fletcher, who was held, is waved on in, and over to third goes Julio Cruz. There will be no RBI because Leland had held the lead runner, Fletcher, on the play. But Rudy gets his third hit. He now has 10 hits in the last 3 games.
Yeah, right at the last split second, he changed his mind, decided to go for it. He thought the ball was too high, and there was Fletcher stopping, and there's the ball getting away from the right fielder. He made a blind stab at it, running over, knocked it down, but Fletcher comes on to score anyway.
Errors are even at 3 apiece now. Runners at first and third. Well, Harold Baines made one just like that. So we've seen the right fielder tonight twice overrun a ball.
So the man that got on an error, Scott Fletcher, comes on in to score.
Earned or not, we'll take him here. It's now 7-3 Oakland. A's have scored 2 unearned runs. The Sox have 2 unearned runs.
Yeah, I'd like to have about 6 of those unearned runs. All right, here he goes. He made a bad stab at that one. Mike Heath did. And he runs over quite a bit too far. So Fletcher comes on in home.
I think he figured that Fletcher was going to be sent, and he was going to try to get that extra step. But Leland had held Fletcher up just before Heath got to that ball and overran it. Well, here's Carlton Fisk with runners at first and third, 1 out, a run in. 7-3 A's here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Pudge 1 for 3. High bouncer over the third baseman's head in the first inning. He has struck out and flied to right his last 2 times up. Oh, he looked a bunt, takes a strike, 0-1. Six errors in this game, 3 aside. Julio Cruz, the lead runner at third. Rudy Law at first. Both can fly on the bases. By the way, you should know if you're coming out to the ballpark this weekend on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, the White Sox will again provide free shuttle bus service from the International Amphitheater parking lot at 42nd and Halstead. So come on out, park there, and catch the shuttle bus over to the ballpark. That's Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday night with the Angels. Boy, that sure helps relieve some of the pressure out here at 35th and Shields. The shuttle bus service to and from the parking lot at 42nd and Halstead will begin 2 hours prior to game time. High deep drive right field, way back, it's hit a mile in the air. Home run! Carlton Fisk, a 3-run blast. It's a 1-run ball game. Number 24 for Pudge. Give him 77 RBIs on the year.
Oh, I wish I'd have said it before. Carlton Fisk was due. Sets off the fireworks, and boy, he sets off some blood pressure here at the ballpark. He gets the welcome hand at home plate. And well due. Look at those colors.
Boy, did he hammer that baby.
Oh, did he?
He's only 2 shy of his single-season record.
I wasn't sure that ball was going to go, Joe.
I thought sure it was, and then I watched it start falling, and it fell and still made the upper deck.
Well, he got it so high. Let's take another look at it. He did get it all. A good smooth stroke for him. Got it high into the air. And when you could tell was when Henderson stopped at the fence and looked up.
Hit the railing in the first deck and came out. So a 4-run lead. That's going to be it for Warren. We've got a new Oakland pitcher coming in. Sox have battled back here in this crazy ball game. And we'll be back to Comiskey Park right after this word.
Now, the Sox have come back just like the Oakland A's did last night. It is a 7-6 ball game. Dave Beard, a right-hander, comes in to pitch for the Oakland A's. He is 5-5 for the year with a 5.85 earned run average. Beard is making his 37th appearance of the year. Has 10 saves to go along with the 5 wins. Pitched 52 in a third inning, giving up 47 hits and 35 runs. 34 of those 35 were earned. He has given up 7 home runs, walked 33 batters, struck out 32. Here's Tom Pachort.
And he takes a pitch for a strike. Pachort is 2 for 3 tonight with an RBI. 12 hits now for the White Sox. Warren lasted just 1/3 of an inning. 4 runs, 3 earned. Swing and a miss. Gave up 2 hits, walked a batter, and Fletcher reached on an error. Make it 1-1 to Pachort. Strike 2 call. Well, Warren just didn't have location tonight. He was pitching behind almost every batter, and it caught up with him. In a hurry, you might say. One and 2 the count. Breaking ball a bit too close. That evens it at 2-2. Fly ball right field. Moving over is Heath. He's got it. Fair territory near the line. That's a second out. Here's Lazinski. The Bull doubled in a run. Last time up, he is 1 for 3. He's also flied to center and struck out. So Greg steps in 1 for 3. Slider high, ball 1. Sox have out hit the A's 12-8. They trail it 7-6. Each club with 3 errors. Fastball bit high, ball 2. Shallow right. Drifting in is Mike Heath. He's got it for the 3rd out, but the White Sox score 4 runs. 3 were earned on a total of just 2 hits. The big error to walk in the inning. The big blow, a 3-run upper deck shot by Carlton Fisk. We got a 1-run ball game as we go to the 7th. The A's lead it 7-6. Don't forget on Saturday, September 17th, final Saturday, home Saturday of the regular 83 season here at Comiskey Park, United Airlines, the folks who fly the friendly skies, will sponsor White Sox ski cap night. First 7,500 of you youngsters 14 and under receiving a free White Sox ski cap. For tickets, get your order in now. Call Ticketmaster at 559-1212. You can use your charge card to order your tickets over the phone. Billy Allman will lead off the 7th. Hold him in check, Gus.
I'll do my best. Dick Tidrow is still on the mound for the White Sox, and the White Sox are back in the ball game. 7-6. Billy Allman's a batter.
Well, those 2 little home runs off the bats of Hill and Phillips loom pretty big right now, don't they?
They certainly do. They look awful big here in this ball game. Allman has a hack at it. Long makes a good stop. One-handed. Oh, he's great at that Olay play. Fires it over first, and Allman is out on a 5-3 put out. 1 away. And he's going to do it again, just like he did a while ago. Watch this play. Down on the knee. Gets the ball in the glove, and he got it right in the pocket. Out between the thumb and the finger. Mike Heath, the batter. Mike Heath is 0 for 2 with a base on ball today. He scored 1 run. He's going to go over in the White Sox dugout. Tidrow had a tough time of it. But he's in the ball game, and the Sox are back in it, too. There's a drive. Julio makes a jump, but he can't get to it. Goes out into right center, and Rudy Law chases it down. So the Oakland A's have a runner on now with 1 away. Augusto warming up, and Barojas is standing by or sitting down. So Juan Augusto will continue to warm up. We'll bring up Davey Lopes, who got the first hit off of Tidrow a while ago. A sinking fastball inside, way inside on him, and Davey Lopes was falling away from the plate, pulled it out to left center field for a base hit and another run for the Oakland A's. Right-hand batter. Lopes batting .281. Tidrow gives him another one inside, but it's not that sinking fastball that he threw him earlier. That one was a breaking pitch. Lopes looking out at third base for the sign. Mike Heath taking his lead off first base. Tidrow watching him. Goes over there. Heath has only stolen 2 bases out of 5 tries. Ricky Henderson has stolen 3 tonight, bring his total up to 96. Pitch inside to Lopes. 2 balls and no strike. Juan Augusto still hitting in the bullpen. Two balls and no strikes on Lopes. 1 away, 1 runner on. Good pitch. Knee high and on the outside corner. 2-1. The A's went ahead in the top of the second inning. The White Sox come back in the bottom of the third. A's got 4 in the top of the 5th. The Sox got 1 in the bottom of the 5th. A's got 2 in the top of the 6th. Sox got 4 in the bottom of the 6th. There's a throw to first base. That's the way she stands, 7-6. White Sox out hitting the Oakland A's 12-9, 3 errors apiece. Infield shifted a little bit to the left side for Davey Lopes. Had a hack at that one, fouls it off. If he runs true to form on the side armor, Davey Lopes will kind of back off or pull away. Now with Tidrow 2 strikes and 2 balls even with him, if he can get the breaking pitch outside, he might force Lopes to go for it. But too far outside and it'll be a full count. Kind of like if the bullfrog had wings, I guess. Inside corner, call strike 3, and they get the runner. Double play. So it takes the Oakland A's out of here. They get no runs. They got 1 hit. Nobody's left on base. 6.5 innings. It's 7-6 in favor of the Oakland A's. Let's take another look at that double play. Davey Lopes backed off of that sidearm pitch like we thought he might, and the runner was going. And he is caught stealing at the double play and takes the Oakland A's out of the top of the 7th inning. Now we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's a 7-6 ball game in favor of Oakland. And what a day, Ron Kittle comes to bat. 7-6. What a time for another one. Pitch is inside for ball 1. We have a new right fielder for the Oakland A's, and it's Mike Davis. Kittle goes for a breaking pitch. Count is even on Kittle, 1-1. Ron tonight is 1 for 2 with a base on balls in the 5th inning. 260 batting average, 32 homers, 85 RBIs. That was going to go up on the roof. Just skimmed as it went over. So now the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes on Kittle, the leadoff hitter. He'll be followed by Harold Baines, then Grant Slaw. If they go in that, there's a hack, and it's fouled up into the press box, bounces out. Sox have really battled back here, just like the Oakland A's did last night. Strike 3 call. Kittle took a breaking pitch on the outside corner. So that's 1 away, and let's take another look. I bet Ron would like to have another look at it. He thought it was going to be too high, of a breaking pitch broke down, just about let her high. A borderline strike. They'll bring up Harold Baines now. Baines got 1 for 3 tonight, and that was a bunt back in the second inning. One hopper down to the second baseman, over to first, and that's out number 2. The last family bargain night, Monday, September the 19th, will be the very last one here at Comiskey Park this season. That's on the Monday. The White Sox will play the Minnesota Twins. All $7, $5, $4, and $3 tickets will be half price. They're available at Comiskey Park, or call Ticketmaster 559-1212. Use your charge card. Vance takes an inside pitch, a little bit close. Good fastball by Dave Beard. Vance batting .239. Another good pitch, and it's 1-1 now. The first one was to straighten Vance Lowe up. The next one was out over the plate. There's the right field with this one, and Davis is there. The Sox are 1-2-3, so we played 7 innings at the 7-6 ball game. Favor of the Oakland A's. Let's go down to the studio with Dick Gunski. And we've played 7 here at Comiskey Park. It's 7-6 in favor of the Oakland A's. The White Sox trying to make a bid to come back here. Dick Tidrow is still pitching for the Sox. Coming in to hit now, Joe McConnell.
Am I up?
You're up, baby. Go after him.
Well, you did a half a job.
About half of it was all I did. You're right. Well, I didn't lose any ground.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, that's a plus for me.
You lost an at-bat. That's all you lost.
That's a plus for me.
Bob Kearney, a single and a run scored in 3 trips. He slid to center and hit a little soft spinning pop-up to the shortstop, Scott Fletcher. Swing, got a miss on a pitch up and in. He was trying to jerk that one out. Tidrow has given up. 2 gopher balls tonight to Donnie Hill and Tony Phillips, and right now that's the difference in the game, although at the time it merely padded Oakland's lead to 5 runs. Sidearm fastball on the outside edge for a called strike 2.
Well, Tidrow seems to be doing much better than he did hitting a go. He's throwing the ball better. Looks like he's getting better location on it, Joe.
Well, they got the strikeout and they finally threw a runner out. First one cut down in the series. Slider just missed, breaking a bit outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. A week from next Tuesday will be our final White Sox True Value baseball card night, the final home Tuesday of the regular season. Blowing away. First 15,000 fans to attend the game of the Minnesota Twins on Tuesday night, September 20th, will receive the final 2 free Sox player cards. They're available. Tickets here at Comiskey Park or call Ticketmaster at 559-1212. You want to come out to that Seattle series. Foul ball, high and away. The Sox will close out this scheduled 7-game homestand with 4 games involving the Angels starting tomorrow night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. Off day Monday, 1 of 2 left in the regular season. And a brief 2-game shot up at the Metrodome against the Twins, and then the Sox come back for their final homestand of the year. 6 games, 3 with the Mariners and 3 with the Twins. Little tap back to the mound. Short hop by Tidrow. He throws him out.
I could just see that ball staying down and going under his glove. Did you have that feeling? Oh, I was scared.
I was hoping he'd take it on the first hop. When he let it bounce that second time, you get a little nervous, particularly with all that spin on the ball. 1 gone. Here's Dwayne Murphy. Singled his first time up. Well, Tony's coming out, and that may be it for Tidrow. It's going to go to the left-hander Augusto, I guess, with Murphy and switch hitter Hill, left-hander Gross, another switch hitter Phillips. So Tidrow gets the hook here with 1 gone in the 8th inning and gets a mixed review as he leaves. So with 1 out here in the 8th, Oakland leading by a run. We go to the bullpen once again. We'll be back in just a moment.
Juan Augusto coming in. He has 1 win and 2 losses. Earned run average 4.63. The left-hander has a good sinker. He'll come on to pitch to the left-handers, Murphy, and then Hill, a switch hitter, and Wayne Gross, if they come up in that order. His innings pitched are 35 so far, making his 33rd appearance of the year. Giving up 35 hits in the 35 innings, not too bad. 19 runs, 18 of them earned. Giving up only 2 home runs. He's walked 10 batters, struck out 21.
The line on Tidrow. Dick worked 2 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Solo homers off the bat of Donnie Hill, another one by Tony Phillips. He struck out 1, didn't walk anybody. So Augusto here to try to hold the A's in check. The Sox have 2 more at-bats to try to do something about this 1-run deficit. And Murphy will step in. Single to right off Kuzman, the starter, back in the 2nd. And when Baines overran the ball, it led to the 1st run, unearned against Jerry. And after Baines dropped a foul ball off the bat of Murphy the next time up, he fouled out to Kittle on the left field side. The last time up, on a 3-1 pitch, he flied to center. So he's 1 for 3 tonight and 3 for 10 in the series. Sidearm pitch in there at the knees for a called strike. 0-1.
Murphy won't let up on his swing just because the left-hander's pitching. He has his cuts.
Pitch a bit low. Well, the Tigers rallied. They're now leading the nightcap at Cleveland after dropping the first game 7-1, trailing 3-1 going into the 8th. They lead it 7-3, hoping for a split. And the Yankees are bombing the Brew Crew up at County Stadium 8-1 in the 8th. Pop foul coming back out of play. This is still Gorman Heimuller's game to win. He worked the first 5 innings for Oakland and left with the lead, and Sox have not managed to tie it, although they're down by just a run here. 1-2 the count to Dwayne Murphy. 1 out, nobody on. We're in the 8th inning. Augusto, the 3rd Sox pitcher of the night. The A's have already used 3. Well, last night you had a dandy. Each club used 5. You had 10 pitchers in last night's ball game. Big wide sweeping curve a bit outside. 2-2 the count.
Yeah, you had a little trouble keeping up with them last night. They came in so fast. So
no, I was at home. I kept up with them real well.
I know you didn't have any.
You were the
trouble.
one looking for those thumbnail sketches of all these kids nobody'd seen before. He throws the bat and swings through the pitch for a strikeout.
And he leads the league in the farthest thrown bat this year.
Well, maybe you're right. Farthest one we've seen thrown this year. We've seen some others splintered bats go farther than that.
Good strikeout.
That's number 5 against the A's, the first one for Augusto.
He just couldn't stay in there with all of his body. Part of it wanted to go the other way.
2 out. Here's Donnie Hill. He's had a perfect night. A sacrifice fly driving in the 1st run of the ball game. Singled and scored in the 5th and hit the facade of the upper deck for his 2nd major league home run off Tidrow in the 6th. So he's 2 for 2 with 2 runs scored and 2 runs batted in. And he also has an error in the field. That paved the way for the big 4-run rally off Mike Warren. Bouncer into the hole, backhanded by Fletcher, throws him out. A 1-2-3 inning. Tidrow got the first man. Augusto retired the next 2. So we go to the bottom of the 8th. Sox need a run to tie, 2 to take the lead. Jerry Hairston will pinch hit for Scott Fletcher, leading off the bottom of the 8th inning. Hairston leads the American League in pinch hits by 1, 15-14 over Rick Miller, who's hitting for a much higher average as a pinch hitter for the Red Sox. Jerry just under the 300 mark with 15 and 51 tries. Whereas last we saw, Miller had picked up 14 hits and just 32 at-bats. He was hitting .438. There's Jerry's average as a pinch hitter. He also has the highest batting average in the Sox ball club for the year. He's the only 300 hitter. Hairston at .317, 5 homers, 22 runs batted in. Breaking ball low. Dave Beard has worked an inning in 2/3 and has not allowed a hit nor a run. Fastball a bit high, ball 2. Julio Cruz would bat next, then be followed by the top of the order. Strike call. Oh boy, that was a questionable pitch. Looked like it might have been a bit low.
That's one Jerry would have had a little bit of trouble with, too, inside pitch. If he got that one on the fist, unless he got that bat around. If he had, he'd have pulled it foul.
Hide away, ball 3. Another bad one would put the tying run on with nobody out. Well, you just got a feeling the way the White Sox have played and rallied so many times. They got down by 5 to get back to within 1 with as many bats to go as they had. You got a feeling they're going to bail this thing out somehow. Fouled off into the Oakland dugout. Full count, 3-2. Hairston was trying to tie it with one swing of the bat. The count. And it's ball 4. I thought he tipped his bat, but apparently not. Asked for the appeal. He didn't swing, but I thought it might have tipped his bat foul. And now Jerry Dubzinski comes in to run for Hairston, and he'll stay in a ball game and go in to play shortstop in Fletcher's batting position. Well, Hairston didn't get a hit. But he did the job. He got on base. And now Dubzinski represents a tying run, and Julio Cruz up. Undoubtedly to punt here. It's the first base runner allowed by Beard. So Juice steps in. He's not bunting. I wished we had a shot of Bill Allman charging in from first base. He was looking for a trap door. Julio swung at that one. He was going the other way with it, though. He wasn't going to pull it.
Well, I think Bill Allman stopped so fast he hurt his back. He's down there twisting around from the hips up now.
Second, and Dubzinski is out. Well, we didn't have anybody thrown out the entire series. Now we've had the last 2 men cut down. Look at this.
Julio tried to help him out, but the throw, it's on the opposite side of the base. It didn't look like the dibber got a good start, and he is out. He's tagged about 1.5 feet away from the base. Yep. Tagged right on the knee.
2-6 put out. Only the 4th time Jerry's been gunned down this year. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Got a nice play if it worked. Julio tried to help him out.
Swing and a miss. He struck out on a high pitch. That's 2 gone. Well, the young fellow you saw last night, Atherton, is heating up with the veteran Tommy Underwood in the bullpen. 2 gone. Nobody on. Here's Rudy Law. Boy, what a series Rudy has had. Rudy gave him a helping hand on one of the 3 hits he's picked up tonight when the ball hit him, and Rudy was given credit for a hit. But he had 3 hits in game 1, 4 hits including his first Comiskey Park home run of the year last night, and 3 more hits tonight. 124 on the year now for Rudy, who is second on the ball club to Baines. Takes a pitch high and away.
Rudy's swinging the bat very good. Maybe he can get a hold of one now for an extra base hit and scoring position.
He's very confident right now. You can just tell by his actions around the plate. He's looking to hit his way on every time he's up there. As after that pitch, pops it up into shallow left field, and they're going to let Henderson handle it. And the Sox are gone in the 8th. No runs, no hits. A walk, but a man thrown out attempting to steal. We go to the 9th. The A's still leading by a run, 7-6. Quick check of the American board. A 3-run homer by Simmons has closed the gap up in Milwaukee, but the Yankees still lead. Flanagan won his 10th as Baltimore maintains their lead in the East. They beat the Red Sox tonight 5-2. Paul Splittorff got the win as Kansas City finally won a ball game over the Seattle Mariners. Matt Young took the loss there. Down in Texas, a 3-hit shutout for Charlie Huff over Al Williams of the Twins. And Cleveland won the first game 7-1. Doubleheader. There's a strike. Second game, Detroit just got 4 in the 9th, and they lead it 7-3 going for a split. And the Angels beat the Toronto Blue Jays 9-6. Sanchez got the win in relief. Ellis Valentine a home run. Horta for the Blue Jays. Here it's 7-6, ninth inning. Augusto pitching to Gross, and he curves him low and away, swing and a miss, 0-2 the count. Gross is struck out, sacrificed, and fouled to the catcher tonight. He's 0 for 2. Both hits in the series last night, home runs against Lamar Hoyt. Just a bit low. Fisk thought that was a strike. He was ready to fire down to Vance Law at third. The Yankees hold on to their lead. Baltimore will pick up again. And there's a ball. Short hop by Dubzinski, throws to first for the out. Sinking liner, and Jerry trapped it coming right out of the dirt. Had to throw him out, which he did. One gone here in the ninth. Gusto's retired all 3 men he has faced. Switch hitter Tony Phillips has bounced to second, singled in a run, and homered halfway up in the lower deck in right in the 6th inning off Tidrow, his last time up. And right now, that swing of the bat is the difference of the 2 ball clubs. Now, his choke up a little bit right-handed, does not left-handed. Or didn't against Tidrow at any rate. A ball 1. Richard Dotson and Mike Witt will hook up tomorrow in the first of a 4-game weekend series with the Angels. There's a strike in the outside corner. Friday night, Britt Burns against left-hander Tommy John. Britt is 5-2 lifetime against the Angels. So is Dotson. And we told you Witt pitching against the Sox tomorrow. He's won 4 straight with an ERA of 1.96 lifetime against the White Sox. Saturday's matchups, Floyd Bannister and Jeff Zahn, again 2 left-handers. Ground ball fair, backhanded right in the bag by Law, has to hurry, 2 gone. And in Sunday's twilight game, the fireworks game, Budweiser fireworks display, wrapping up the weekend following the final game of the Angels. That'll be Lamar Hoyt, and he'll be shooting for his 20th win of the year, trying to become the first 20-game winner in the American League, would you believe, since 1980. And he'll be opposed by UN decided. It's a new pitcher the Angels just called up. They haven't decided who they're going to pitch. Looks like we're going to miss Force, though. And Force has beaten the White Sox twice this year. He's a tough customer. He's pitching tonight. Ricky Henderson takes low a ball. He is hitless in 2 official trips tonight, but he's walked twice, stolen 3 bases, and has stolen a run, so to speak.
Let's keep him off one more time.
Good pitch, strike call, 1-1.
He is bad news when he gets on.
The count. Oh, a beauty, a sidearm breaking ball right over the heart of the plate, knee high. A ball and 2 strikes to Ricky Henderson. Looking ahead in the bottom of the 9th, it's going to be Fisk, Pachorik, and Lazinski for the White Sox. There's Bill Allman, former Sox shortstop infielder, on deck, hoping to get one more turn against his old teammates. Big jug handle curve, broke too far inside. That evens a count at 2-2.
That was a real detour job.
Kind of a loop-de-looper, wasn't it?
Yeah, wide curveball.
Ground ball to short. Dubzinski up with it, over to first. Henderson is out. 1-2-3 ninth for Augusto. Retires all 5 men he faces. Well, we go to the bottom of the 9th. The A's trying to get a salvage of the final game of this series. They lead it 7-6. Well, we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Sox need a run to tie, 2 to bail it out, and the big guys are coming up. The heart of the order: Fisk, Pachorik, Lazinski, and hopefully a few more. Quick run down to the National League scoreboard as we have it. Montreal over the Cubs again tonight, 6-1. Steve Rogers got his 17th win. Dickie Knowles took the loss. Montreal now won 4 in a row, 8 out of 11. The Pirates, meanwhile, lost at St. Louis tonight, 5-2. Cox got the win. Suter his 17th save. Roden took the loss. So Montreal moves a full game ahead of Pittsburgh. But the Phillies stayed a half game out. They beat the Mets at Shea Stadium 6-1. John Denny got his 14th victory of the year. He beat Walt Terrell. Schmidt hit number 34 for the Phillies. 3 games going on out on the West Coast. The Astros with 5 in the first, leading the Padres 7-1 in the 6th. The Reds on Esaski's 2-run homer, leading the Dodgers 3-0, and the Atlanta Braves 1-0 over the Giants. Shamlis's home run, the difference there. And if the Braves win and the Dodgers lose, they got a tie for the Western Division lead. Carlton Fisk takes the ball. He is singled, struck out, fly to right, and hit his 24th home run of the year with 2 men on to bring us close last time up. Fouls this one back to the wire. 1-1. So Pudge has 7 hits in this series. Rudy Law has 10 hits in the series. Carlton now with 77 runs batted in, 3 tonight. High ball, 2-1. Jeff Jones is heating in the Oakland Athletics bullpen. He's a right-hander. Pudge's average up at 292. I think that's the highest it's been all year. There's a drive to left field that stays fair, but it's hooking foul into the upper deck. Oh, man. There was a tie game if he straightens that out.
Boy, oh, boy.
Is he seeing it well tonight?
You know, it's amazing that he's brought his batting average up. Take a look at Carlton's swing here on this pitch. He just pulled it a little bit too much. Had it timed perfect almost. A little bit out in front.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Beard got away with one there that was high and out over the plate. 2-2 pitch, pops him up. Should be a play on this. Foul ball. And Kearney puts it away. 1 gone in the 9th. Well, Pachorik steps up. He's 2 for 4 tonight. RBI single in the 3rd. One out, bottom of the 9th. Sox trying to keep their 8-game winning streak alive here at Comiskey Park, and their 7-game string against the West. He fouls this one down and back. Don't forget, we've got the complete first round, first NASL soccer match tonight between the Golden Bay Earthquakes and the Chicago Sting following our wrap-up here. Fly ball to center, hit well. Going back is Murphy. He's going to have room, though, and he takes it on the warning track in front of the center field bullpen fence. 2 gone. Well, that leaves it up to the big guy, Greg Lazinski, who has doubled in a run in 4 trips tonight. If Beard slams the door here, he'll get the save, and Heimler will get his 4th major league victory. He worked 5 innings, gave up 10 hits, but allowed only 2 runs, 1 earned. And Jerry Kuzman would be charged with a loss, and his record would drop to 10-8 on the year. Outside, ball 1. Beard has not given the White Sox a hit. He came on after Fisk's home run made it a 1-run ball game. High drive, right field. It's hit a mile in the air. It is gone, gone. Upper deck, tie score. Luzinski's 27th rocket in the air with 2 out of the 9th ties it. Well, they kept hitting him a little farther.
Yeah, Colin Fisk just pulled his foul a little bit. And Pachorik hit his 2 for the center part of the diamond, but the bull deposits his right where the fans wanted it. Tell out of signs to please deposit baseball here, and that's exactly what the bull done. Oh, did he ever hit it? Let's take another look at it. He got it on the trademark. Way out into left field. And the run the White Sox almost didn't have.
Well, with 2 out, nobody out in the 9th, they're going to take out Beard. He gave up 1 hit, and that was it with 2 out, and it ties the score. He worked 3 2/3 innings. Make that 2 2/3 innings. There's Lazinski with his head under his arm. his 80th RBI, his 27th home run of the year. And we got a pitching change here for the A's with 2 out, bottom of the 9th, tie score. Let's go back and hear from Dick Gonski.
Well, here's Keith Hazard, 1-2 and lost 1 with an earned run average of 2.06.
Well, you saw him last night, so you should know all there is to know about him.
He's got pretty good stuff. He comes in with this game tied tonight. He's pitched 56 and 2/3 innings, making his 20th appearance of the year. 41 hits, 14 runs in those 56 and 2/3 innings. 13 of the 14 were. He's given up 5 home runs, walked 17, struck out 34. He'll come in to pitch to Ron Kittle.
2 out, bottom of the 9th, tie score. Lazinski's upper deck blast has just tied it. Beard worked 3 1/3 and gave the Sox just 1 run, 1 hit. Earned, he struck out 2 and walked 1. So it's Augusto's game to win or lose and Atherton's game to win or lose. Kittle takes a strike. Slider on the outside corner. Ronnie singled his first time up, leading off the 2nd inning. That extended his current hitting streak to 8 and 12 out of 14. Since then, he has struck out, walked, and struck out again. He takes the ball high.
Well, Kittle still doesn't have his for the day.
7-7 tie. The home run by Lazinski takes his buddy Kuzman off the hook. Just missed outside. Good slider. Ball 2 and strike 1. Crowd of 21,887 paid tonight. I'd say we've got about 75% of them still here enjoying this one. Little pop-up. It may drop, and it's taken by the second baseman, Tony Phillips, who had to reach back awkwardly to make the catch. Well, the White Sox tie it with Lazinski's 2-out homer in the 9th. We got extra innings here as we go to the 10th at Comiskey Park, all locked up at 7-7.
You're going to ask your next television to do more, to play harder, and be more intelligent than ever before. More than ever, you'll need the Smart Set by Zenith. Only the Smart Set has Zenith's exclusive computer brain that senses uneven color wear in the picture tube and automatically compensates. For rich, true color, no matter what you ask of it, get Advanced System 3, the Smart Set. Exclusively Zenith.
All right, 7-7 tie. We go to the 10th inning. Bill Allman will get that turn at bat. And he takes advantage of it. He rips the first pitch offered by the left-hander Augusto into left center field, and that's Billy's second base hit of the ball game. He was 0 for 5 coming in tonight. He is 2 for 5 now. Here, a leadoff single in the 10th. That's the first man to reach Augusto. He had retired all 5 men that he had faced, and that's the 10th Oakland hit of the ball game. So the lead man is on, and that'll bring up Mike Davis, who came on to replace Heath. Davis, left-handed batter. Heath was 1 for 3 and a walk with a run scored tonight. Davis hitting .275, 5 home runs and 50 runs batted in. There's the Sox record in extra inning affairs, 5-3. The A's have won 6 and lost 3 in extra innings this year. Davis going to bunt, takes a pitch low, ball. Barojas is eating in the Sox bullpen.
Of course, they know Bill Allman, Carlin does, so does Augusto knows of him. They'll have to be careful here. Billy Allman can run. Now they've got something wrong with the bat. Got a little tar on it. Oh, what have we got here?
Well, I don't know if it's tar or not.
What is it?
Well, Davis doesn't look too happy. Boros is going to look at it. Looks like he might have done some whittling on that handle.
Looks a little bit uneven there, doesn't it?
Looks like somebody did a little filing on that handle there.
Salome Barojas is warming up down in the White Sox bullpen. You can see where he's been scraping it looks like, Joe.
Yeah, I think so. I think it started out to be a solid black bat. I've never seen a two-tone one that was black on the end and white on the handle. So anyway, he's got a new piece of lumber now. Ball 1 the count. And it's ball 2 down low. Davis just looking to try to sacrifice the potential lead run to second base, but Augusto's got to throw a strike here. Davey Lopes due to bat next. So the heart of the Oakland lineup coming up here in this inning. Augusto throws over to first. No wonder Allman looked so anxious in that 9th inning. You think he felt that hit watching Augusto from the on-deck circle?
Probably so. Didn't wait very long.
No, he didn't. He jumped right on the first pitch. There's a bunt, and it's a foul ball down the first base side. Well, Davis had to kind of jump over that one to avoid getting hit by his own batted ball. He would have been an automatic out, and the runner would have been sent back to first. That would have been a tough break for the A's. So the count is 2 balls and a strike. We're in the 10th inning, tied at 7. Sox tied it with 2 out on Lozinski's upper deck blast to left center.
I don't really see where scraping the handle of a bat would be any problem, Joe. I guess they just don't want any more rhubarbs about doctored bat.
No. I'm sure it didn't make it any more potent as loading a bat would do, either with some super balls or some cork tamped into the barrel of the bat. There's different ways to do it. Don't forget our telecast in its entirety, the Sting and the Golden Bay Earthquakes. As soon as this ball game is over, it's the first playoff game for Lee Stern's North American Soccer League club. As soon as this game's over, we'll be bringing you in entirety that soccer game between the Sting and the Earthquake. He offered 2 strikes. 2-2 the count. He tried to bunt and missed it. Well, if you can't get out here to the ballpark in person, you want to catch all the top Sox games along with the Blackhawks, the Bulls, and the Sting over the winter, don't miss out. Order Sports Vision today. Call on TV at 699-6688 or call your local cable company. Sports Vision, the only game in town for Chicago sports. Well, Allman's had a great year. Been caught only 7 times in 31 base stealing attempts. Quick throw over there. Oh, that was close. Augusto short-armed him. He didn't go over there with that big stride. He just kind of snapped the throw over there and almost had Allman leaning the wrong way. Allman's career high for steals as well as RBIs this year. That's the kind of year he's had at Oakland. And what a versatile player. He has played third, short, second, and first, left, center, and right in his DH. That's 8 out of a possible 10. He's done everything but catch and pitch one time or another for Steve Boros this year. 2-2 pitch. He's going to bunt with 2 strikes, and he missed it. He's out of there. Strikeout for Augusto.
Well, that's a tough thing to do, bunt with 2 strikes on you, but you're supposed to get at least a piece of it, and when you do, if you don't hit it fair, you're out, but he didn't even touch it with the bat.
That's 2 strikeouts for Augusto.
Even if he fouls it off, it's called a strikeout for the pitcher.
It's hard to believe he made 2 passes and didn't even make contact either time.
Well, they took his magic wand away.
Is that it?
That's it.
That was his bunting bat, huh?
That's right.
Augusto will go to work on Allman in earnest now.
I don't see Ernest on base.
You're on a roll, aren't you? We're in the 10th. High score. ball to Lopes.
You hit me with that new pitcher. I thought you was coming up with something like UL Washington. You said UN decided. So I had to have something to hit you with.
Davy Lopes has singled in a run in 4 trips. There's that quick throw over there again. Final score from County Stadium. The Yankees got 3 more in the 9th and buried the Brew Crew 11-5. Brewers lost.
You're trying to wear Allman down.
You better pay more attention to the batter. There's Boros giving his signals to the third base coach from the dugout. Ball 2, the count to Lopes. Now you can't look behind him. Fontenot was the winner up at County Stadium, and Chuck Porter took the loss. Gossage got his 18th save. Espino hit his first major league home run for the Yankees, and then Nettles hit a 3-run shot in the 9th, his 18th. Ted Simmons hit a 3-run homer, his 10th of the year for the Brewers. They had 22,400 at County Stadium. Allman going, swing and a miss. Throw to second. They got it. The tag was made right on the runner. The throw was right on the runner. All Dubzinski had to do was hang on.
Oh, good one. That's the second time tonight this has happened. Throw a guy out on a swing, but this wasn't a strikeout. But this is a great throw and a great play.
Great tag by Dubzinski, and there's 2 gone now. This got a quick release. The throw tailed a bit, but look at that. Right on the runner. It's the only way they get him.
Oh, right on the money.
Lopes bounces one foul. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, in the bottom of this inning, the 10th, the Sox will send up Baines, Vance Law, and Jerry Dubzinski against Keith Atherton. 2-2, the count to Davy Lopes. Backdoored him with a slider on the outside corner, got him looking. 3 strikeouts for Augusto, and he's pitched fine shutout relief in 2 2/3. We go to the bottom of the 10th, any old run will win it. We're tied at 7 runs apiece. Well, the big lanky right-hander Keith Atherton, 6 feet 4 inches tall, from Matthews, Virginia. We'll look at Baines, Law, and Dubzinski. Tie score. Sox trying to sweep the series and win their 9th consecutive game here at Comiskey Park, and their 8th in a row from the West. Well, they have a 35-19 edge against their own division, and this was a division that last year the Sox finished 4 under with. That cost them the flag a year ago. They couldn't beat their own. Outside of ball. Yeah, we were right on that bat handle. It was shaved, Gus. That's why they took it out. Swing and a miss. Baines trying to end it there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Wasn't too hard, really, to figure that out when you looked at it.
Well, no, we got a good look at it, Joe. I didn't know what maybe, I didn't want to try to jump the gun, or what maybe might have flattened off the front end of it a little bit, you know.
On the barrel?
Yeah, the trademark side.
Good pitch, just missed. Late call. Strike is called.
Or for a left-hand batter on that front side of it, sometimes they'll try to flatten it down. I've even seen guys take a hammer and beat it, and it seemed like that would do damage to the bat. You would only want to use it to bunt with, or try to hit soft line drives with it, because it's got to soften the wood on it.
Fouled away. A ball and 2 strikes. Baines leading off the bottom of the 10th inning. Any old run will win it for the White Sox, who tied it with 2 out of the 9th on Lazinski's dramatic upper deck home run. A 3-run blast by Carlton Fisk brought him within a run, and Pudge almost tied it leading off the 9th, but he pulled it foul. There's a hit to center field, and the winning run is on. Baines with a wide turn hangs on at first. That's his 2nd hit and 5 at bats tonight. The first one was a perfectly placed bunt down the third base line in the 2nd inning.
Well, this is a good time, too, because it's a leadoff man. Baines straight away with it, almost directly over second base.
So the winning run is on. Nobody out. Hit number 14 with the White Sox. The first off Atherton. And here's Vance Law. his job, get Baines in the scoring position, whether it be by bunt or swinging away.
You got more pieces of that pin this time than you had last time. I've got a transistor saw in my bag here if you want to use it.
I'm going to fix this thing if it kills me. They're playing the bunt. Bant's going to swing away. Bounce to the left side. He moves the runner over. Removes the ball. No play. Oh, what he said.
What did he do? He booted the ball.
Well, he got in a hurry.
Looks like he might have got just a little bit anxious.
Yeah,
Third baseman was charging in, expecting bounce the bunt. And this ball just played him. Hit him up on the leg.
Watch it. Well, he didn't take it.
Now that's where it hit him, up on the leg. All right, you got 2 runners on and nobody away. And let's see what you can do now. The dibber is coming up.
Jerry's second at bat, or first at bat, he went in to pitch run. Second. Nobody out.
The dibber is a halfway decent bunter too, Joe.
Yes, he is. That's the 7th error in this game. High fastball. He laid off of it. Ball 1.
Oh, they pulled the wheel. The shortstop came to third. Hoping that Dibber would bunt the ball down the third base side. They might have a shot to go to third base and get the lead run.
Now they're going to talk it over.
They don't usually pull the wheel too many times. That is the shortstop coming over to third. If they drag that third baseman in, then it's a race between Baines and the shortstop. If he gets a jump, he can beat the shortstop over there.
Well, not only that, but you can hit her way. Oh! He threw the ball away. That ought to be a balk. He was going to throw to second. There was nobody there. Everybody was running, and he threw the ball, or it slipped out of his hand halfway between third and short. That ought to be a balk, I would think.
There's not a rule in the book to cover that one, Joe. It's if you throw the ball to an unoccupied base, like where the fielder isn't there. He threw the ball to unoccupied territory.
He just threw it straight down to keep from throwing it into the outfield.
That's right. Threw it right at shortstop, or bounced it out towards shortstop.
Well, this game may certainly lead the week, maybe even the month in crazy.
You have to add another rule, Joe, to cover that. Sure as the world.
And there's a bunt, perfectly executed. They got to go to first. That moves the winning run to third. Meaningless runner to second. 1 out. Dubzinski does the job. And now Boros is going to have a couple of options.
Yeah, the dibber looked around and he saw that they wasn't pulling the wheel, so he bunted the ball right out in front. The pitcher looked over at third base. Then he decided he did not have a play. As Baines got over there in a hurry, so he had to go to first base. Now let's see what they're going to do with Julio if they're going to load the bases.
1-4 put out on Dubzinski, and now Boros coming out to discuss his strategy. They will probably, the percentage move is to walk Julio Cruz to load the bases, bring the infield and the outfield in. However, you got Rudy Law on deck, and he has 3 hits tonight and 10 hits in the 3 games. Nobody warming up, so that means they're going to sink or swim with the young man Atherton on the mound. Runners at second and third, 1 out, bottom of the 10th inning, tie score. Cruz can bunt. Julio.
They got the infield in, so they may be going to pitch to it. And if they do, I would watch for the squeeze. They may try a pitch out or so. And looking for the squeeze.
Yeah, that might be a move to make here.
They're not going to do anything. We'll just have to wait and see. Several plays are in order.
Infield pulled all the way in. Outfield very shallow. Even a medium deep fly ball scores the winning run. Low and inside. Slider.
I think Julio was trying to pick his foot up and get hit in the knee somewhere.
Well, that would have been a very, very tough pitch to bunt. Ball one, the count. Almost hit him. Ball two. We're not going to give him anything good to look at. He'll probably wind up with a base on balls.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. They're not going to give him a chance to squeeze that run in. Although that pitch now, he could drag it, but that's, you know, just taking a chance to try and bunt a bad ball.
Strike call. Oh, good pitch. Two balls and a strike to count. We're in the bottom of the 10th. Foul ball, just wide of the bag. Oh! Another foot over, and the scoreboard would be going off right now, and the Sox would be celebrating their 80th win of the year. They're 20 games over. This is their high water mark as far as being on the plus side of the ledger is concerned. They've never reached this height before. Now they're trying to go 21 over and go 80 and 59 on the year. Take a number away from the magic number and drop it to 10. The Royals won tonight, so the Sox need to win here in order to lower the magic number from 11 to 10. Atherton with a 2-2 count against Julio Cruz. Oh, ball three. Checked his swing just in time. The fastball a bit high. A full count. Bouncer to the right side. Here comes the runner. It is gone. The White Sox win it. They'll give Cruz a base hit. And that's his second game-winning RBI in as many nights, and the White Sox rally to win it. And the magic number is 10. As they sweep the Oakland A's with a come-from-behind victory. This is the only time all night the White Sox have led this ball game. They get a run on 2 hits and an error, another earned run in the 9th. And the Sox put the broom to the Oakland A's as they make it 3 straight. And 9 in a row here at Comiskey Park. 8 runs, 15 hits, 3 errors. The White Sox left 9 on. The A's 5 runs, 10 hits, 4 errors. They left only 3 men on in the entire ball game. You see the White Sox celebrating there. Juan Augusto gets the win in relief. He allowed only 1 hit in 2 2/3 innings. He's 2-2. Atherton takes the loss. He is 2-2. Hill and Phillips solo homers off Tidrow. And Fisk hit a big 3-run shot to bring the Sox close. Luzinski tied it with his 27th with 2 out in the 9th.
Well, you're talking about the only time tonight that they were leading in the ball game. What other better time is there than at the end of the game you take the lead? There's no better time.
Let's see it again. Little tapper down the first base side by Julio Cruz with Baines at third and 1 out. And as Jimmy Angier, our producer, said, just another ugly win for the White Sox. Little chopper that got by Allman. Once that happened, there was no play anywhere. Julio beat the play at first. He'll get credit for a hit. And the game-winning RBI, his second in this series.
And the pitcher still wanted to get 1 more out, didn't he? Trying to tag Julio going down the first.
When you're hot, you're hot. And the White Sox right now, even in a ball game like tonight, where they made more mistakes tonight than they probably have made in the past 4 or 5 ball games, still bail it out.
Yeah, it looked like it was a struggle for a while. In fact, it was a struggle, and all at once, the sun began to come out at midnight.
Oh, okay, you had me worried there. Well, the White Sox won it before a crowd of 21,887. It's their 6th win against 3 losses in extra inning ball games. They now have a 35-19 record against the West and a 7-3 season's edge against the Oakland A's, with 3 more to be played out at Oakland in that final 10-game road trip of the year. So tomorrow it'll be the Angels in town. They're going to be here for the next 4 nights. It'll be our second and final look at California here this year. That'll wrap up the current homestand. Then it'll be a quick 2-game shot up to Minnesota before we come back to the final 6 home games of the year. Tomorrow's pitchers, by the way, Mike Witt, who is 4-0 lifetime against the White Sox against Richard Dotson. He'll be shooting for his 17th win of the year. He's 5-2 lifetime against the Angels, and we'll be on the air here tomorrow night at 7:30 on Sports Vision. Tonight's game has been brought to you in part by Budweiser. For all you do, this Bud's for you. By your local Chrysler Plymouth dealer. By True Value Hardware stores. More than just a name, it's our way of doing business. And by your local Chicagoland Toyota dealers. They've got it right. Again, the final score in 10 innings. The White Sox battle from behind. They trailed by 5 at one time, but they win it tonight, sweeping the A's by an 8-7 final. Now back to our Sports Vision studios and Dick Gonski.